discretion is advised.
Hello there, welcome back to Get Out. I'm your silly Dave out there with my boy Don Frickin' Pride.
Evening, morning, or afternoon, whenever you are watching this. And for our live viewers, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday night and spending your fine time with us.
Dear Lord, another YouTuber I watch is going on live as well. He's a Spanish YouTuber, and I enjoy his content as well. Dan, well, yeah, you gotta speak Spanish, understand the language, actually understand what he's saying. But I love watching. But anyway, something just popped up. So, wow. I bet he's just talking about the Back to the Future stuff, but wow, Back to the damn freaking future. I mean, Doc and freaking Marty are back from the future to freaking, bring back the hype for these damn figures, man. Because Hottoys, they were like, yeah, it's happening, it is happening, and I'm here like, yes, it's happening, like we've been saying for freaking weeks. That this was going to happen. We were called madmen for this, and I'm like, I'm like thinking, oh man, here they are, and yet here they are, for real. Like Hot Toys finally got these out for us, and I'm like, there was too much work put into these damn figures, not for Hot Toys to go and just keep these in a limited area. You know what I mean? Like limited. Release in a limited country or limited state. I'm here like, no, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. They're going to release this worldwide, where retailers are sold, where Hot Toys are sold. It's crazy.
Exactly. Now, there is a caveat to though. They might be sending figures worldwide, but those batches are going to be extremely small because apparently the run on this is. The numbers I'm hearing, and you have 600 total figures. That's not just for Hong Kong. That is 600 total Marty McFlys were made. Now, for how many Sideshow is getting, that's going to be a percentage of those 600.
It is going to be a percentage of the 600, or it's going to be another batch?
Now, that's the thing. We don't know if the 600 number we heard of is just the Hong Kong batch, or that's just the Sideshow batch. We don't know. But the batches or total number of Martys, no matter what, are going to be small. So, and I will tell you this, if you are on the fence, I would not wait on this.
Yeah, this was a day one freaking pre-order for me. Like, there was no way. There is no freaking way that I'm going to sit here and wait to the pre-order this. Like, I already had a coupon ready. I'm gonna go because it's limited to one person, and also with that 600, they put this in the pre-order box here. Okay, so we're good. We're still good. There's no blue screen of death yet, so put that right there. I'm signed out, so it does work where you can't pre-order more than one. So
exactly. So, and I'll be completely honest with you, I am not going to order this. Yeah, as great as Back to the Future is, I prioritize the franchises I love. Now, there's nothing wrong with Back to the Future. It's a great franchise. But in my pecking order of franchises that, actually have true emotional value, that I'm willing to put the money, the investment with the figures, the displays, it just doesn't reach that. And again, that's nothing disparaging against this figure or the franchise. It's just like everyone else, you prioritize your true loves versus something that you think is great and is awesome, but is not at that level where you're going to drop the money because if I buy Marty, then I'm going to have to buy Doc. Then if I buy Doc, I'm going to have to get the Delorean. Then if I get a Delorean, then I'm going to have to get more Maji cases. So it's one of those things you have to evaluate because, again, if you get this, you don't have Doc, you're going to get Doc. Then they announce a reissue of Delorean, then you're going to get Delorean. So it's one of those things you have to decide.
It's a do not for you because the amount of space and collecting that you're going to have to do for this figure line. You don't want to jump into that.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not worth it for me. Just because of the franchise, it's still great. I still love it, but it doesn't have that emotional value, again, that certain MCU figures have, that Star Wars and Star Trek. I mean, and again, Star Wars and Star Trek for me are my absolute must-haves. And again, this and Back to the Future, while great, doesn't live up to that for me. And again, there's nothing wrong with prioritizing your loves. I mean, again, you can't afford to get everything. You don't have the space. And for me, this is just a simple look at the numbers, look what I love at, and it's a logical, rational decision that I'm not going to grab it. So.
Speaking of love, I got to bring in one of my boys I love so much. Frickin' V!
What's going on, homie?
What is up?
What's going
on,
B?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I already see you're talking about my favorite franchise of all time. Back to the Future, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up, Don? You're not getting it? You're not jumping in?
I'm going to pass. Again, and I even told Nate, it was one of those things, I had it in my cart, potentially just to grab it, for trade fodder.
Yeah.
But there's also that little voice in my head because karma has also been nice to me in the past. And I'm also like, you know what? This is such a limited run. I don't want to be that guy that hangs on to something just for trade bait, not necessarily, to hold on and sell it at market value just for trade. I'd much rather have a true fan grab this than me grab this and hold on to it. So.
Hey, I mean, honestly, I have to respect that because the thing is, it's like as a collector, I get real pissed when I don't get the things I just want to love and collect instead of like resell. So that's hats off to you, man. That's actually pretty admirable for you to do that.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those things.
Noble cause.
Well, no, I mean, again, like I said, karma has been fortunate to me. Like when I sell stuff to people, they sell me. I haven't had any major issues. So, and again, I'm in a situation I don't need to necessarily buy this for trade bait. Not trying to flex, but I don't want to take something away from somebody that can get this at retail, and this might be somebody's grail, and I don't want to be that guy,
Yeah. No, it makes sense, man. It makes 100% sense. For me, I bought in immediately. I saw the post out that Hong Kong was out of them. I'm like, hey, get on it immediately. So I pre-ordered both Marty and Doc at the same time, the deluxe version. So I'm in fully, and I'm just waiting for the DeLorean to drop with it.
Yeah, the 600 was only limited at HK. 600 was only limited, and I was told this by Monica literally yesterday that they sold out. And now they're going for like $600 reselling $600 over there now. Wow. So I'm like, God damn, that's crazy. So I feel that the reason why the Hottoys did the 600 limited over there was to see the market, dip their toes in, because they don't want to go full on board with the Back to the Future line as far as production is concerned, because that's how you get the Force Awakens line, or that's how you get with the sequel trilogy line, right? You put out so many these troopers that nobody wanted, and they're sitting there. You have to see it. The thing is, I understand that. I understand why Hot Toys did not want to go full production on the Marty, because unfortunately, even though it's worldwide that Back to the Future is a beloved show and all that, I feel that beloved film franchise. The only problem is it making money for them? That's the thing, and I feel that's why we haven't seen the completion of the line as of yet. But yeah, I do like the whole. I do like the fact that they actually committed doing this, because I was full on believing. Man. We were called madmen, but I was like there are those that say this day will never come. Where are they to say now? Okay,
they're in the back. They had to go back in time to delete their comments.
Delete the comments.
Yeah.
You know what though? I mean, I'll just say this. The funny thing is, we're not small, we're not large, in terms of, our overall numbers with YouTube and Facebook, we're kind of middle range, but let's just say our spies and our guesses, all, everybody who comes on and, expresses their opinion, we're pretty much 80 to 90% correct in our estimations, of what stuff will come with. general release dates. So everybody here, when we make estimations, we're not just making wild stuff. We look at, market trends. We look at outside influences, and again, what our spies tell us. So when we tell you stuff, we're not just pulling stuff out. We're not, what are those sites? We got this covered, or, Mighty Geek and Robot or whatever that just throw stuff to the wall and see what sticks. Our ideas, our estimates, our intel is based on real world sources, and then we evaluate that. So again, we're collectors just like you, but just we have the ability to look into research a little better and connect the dots. So
I think it's honestly we just have better spies. That's what it really comes down to.
We got better spies.
Well, that might be well.
The Bothan spies that survived the last few Bothan spies that survived the mission to get the Death Star plans. Not the Death Star plans, but get the Death Star location. Okay,
Yeah.
these are the same Bothan spies.
Same
okay?
people, man.
Same people.
Our intel sources are solid. They are not swayed. They do not get feared or fretted upon the imperial forces that may be hunting for them.
Dude, yeah. And the thing is, you're right, man. We don't go out and say like, "Hey, listen, this new line of new Star Trek is coming exclusive to Hottoys. You'll see it in the next 3 to 4 months. Watch it. You'll see at Comic-Con." We're not throwing that stuff out there. We already know that deal's never happening. It's like stuff like that other people will do. Like, "Hey, clickbait, come in." Ours is a discussion. It's like, what do you think? We're like the financial group, just talking about which stocks is really going to hit, but except with Hottoys.
Exactly, because we all have professions and backgrounds that ground us in real world situations, and we present to our viewers, our subscribers, and anybody who also watches real world situations the best way that we can possibly see playing out. I mean, everything in the world is a crapshoot. We're just looking at the situation and we're just projecting what is the most logical and rational outcome of that projection based on whatever factors are available to us at that time.
Right. All right. I see a lot of people asking this, and I'm going to push this out to you, Nate. Everyone's going in for Marty because of the limited, what happened in limitation in Hong Kong. But what about Doc? Should people instant order on Doc?
I think Doc is going to be a bit more open than Marty. But the thing is, Marty, as far as like here in Sideshow, like I think this is I don't think they're getting their batches from that 600. I think there's going to be a separate batch just for the pre-orders from Sideshow. Or other retailers are concerned that are carrying Marty, and Marty is limited to one, so it's already automatically a limited edition figure, especially with the 600 jump off. So that was an immediate pre-order right there. My thoughts on Doc, it won't sell out. The thing is, Deluxes don't usually sell out, early. The only ones that do sell out they'll sell out early are the regular versions of the Deluxe, which doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would you pick the regular version and not go for the extra bits for $20 more? I'm here like, why do people do that? Go for the Deluxe version, get that extra 20, and get that extra accessories for the 20. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, those non-deluxe versions don't go for more. It's not like they're like, oh yeah, there's a low print, you don't get the extra stuff. Not like resellers are like, hey, this is actually more limited because you get less here. And everyone's like,
exactly.
No, who cares? I want the actual more stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, and we talked about this before. One of the only deluxes I would say you don't necessarily need to get would be like the 501st Clone Trooper. Because if you're not going to do the animation style, you don't need the extra accessories because they weren't seen in, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Like the backpack, the Z cannon. But any other figure, you get the deluxe. You get the extra accessories if you can. It's one of those things. You pay the extra $20, $30 to get the extra accessories. And it's one of those things. Even if you're not going to use them, you could potentially sell them and make anywhere from $50 to $130 just on the accessory.
Yeah,
and basically
exactly. That 250, that 250, hell, man, that 250 you get with all those accessories. That's literally the accessories that you get. That's literally like extra $200 right there. Just you pretty much paid 80% of your figure by selling the accessories.
Yeah, exactly. Like I bought the Tony Stark team suit specifically just for the mask look for my Avengers and Tony Stark displays. I sold the head sculpt, and I sold like one or two, and I sold the head sculpt, and I sold the mask. You know, the Mark 50 damage.
Yeah.
When I got my money back, I essentially got that figure for $38.
Wow.
So
that much, huh? That's
exactly.
insane. That's some big prices there.
Quick thing, V.
Yeah.
I already heard what Don Prime said about the head sculpt. How do you feel about this updated head sculpt from Marty? Because it's a half and half with most of the collector community right now.
Yeah.
That they half of them doesn't like it, so they're sticking with their original one, and the other half, like me, I'm enjoying this head sculpt. Like I'm okay with this head sculpt. I think the head sculpt, it has its angles where it's like, oh my god, that's Marty McFly. And then, or Michael J. Fox, and then there's the some of the profile shots, some of the straight up to him. I'm like, okay, so it's a little bit different. It's more useful compared to the original. But a lot of people, they say that they love the original, but there's people that are saying that they love this one. Well, what are your thoughts?
Do you have the picture of the original? I'd like to do like a breakdown, the comparison. I don't know if you have it, but if you don't, I can bring it up. But my thoughts here, I think people need to go back and watch Back to the Future because he was very young in that first one. Mm-hmm. Like people keep forgetting like how young Michael J. Fox was. Like he was coming off of that TV sitcom. I forgot the name of it. Mm-hmm. Where he played a young Republican.
It was Family Ties. Someone corrected me.
Was it Family Ties? Yeah. Okay.
Family Ties. I was corrected. I forgot who it was. He helped. He helped me with the because I couldn't figure out the name during the Do or Do Not. I was streaming out names like Family Matters. It was something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and I was like
Carl Winslow.
That's that's Family Matters.
Yeah, so Family Ties. It was Family Ties with Burt Gummer. Burt Gummer from Tremors.
Yeah. That's right. So here's the thing. He looks exactly like from Back to the Future 1. Because everyone watches Back to the Future 2, but that was a couple years after 1. Like they didn't get into production until like almost the late 80s. Like I think Back to the Future 2 came out in 89 and then 3 came out in 90. So
yeah, they actually shot 2 and 3 back to back.
Yeah,
it was actually the first major franchise at the time. They shot both movies within like 170 days. So
yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was big. So if you ever watch, that's why like if you watch the end of Back to the Future 2, it still has a trailer attached to it as the stinger, the Marvel, the Marvel like after credits kind of thing. But I love it a lot. I think the only thing I have an issue with is kind of like the expression. They kind of went with like more of like a mute, expressionless face, while Doc is the complete opposite. So it's very jarring to put them.
It's very jarring.
If you put those two together, I was kind of hoping Doc would have more of the. Have you ever seen the movie? He has like a very stern face when things get serious. I was kind of hoping he would have that head sculpt instead of like the gasp, or express the gasp even bigger, so it looks like he's about to say "Great Scott" as he's saying it. Like but in his, it just kind of looks like it's like the same that they had with the Back to the Future 2 Doc Brown. For me, so I'm in with you. I like the face sculpt. I just think it just could have used a little bit better of expression.
Yeah, I do agree on that. I think the expression is a bit. Needs to work on. But the thing is, I'll take this because I don't think we are going to get into Marty. It'd be nice if we get the reissue of Back to the Future 2, which people are asking, will Hottoys do a Back to the Future Marty McFly? I think this is a one-time thing, all right? But like Adrian just said here, in Monica we trust. The moment I get word from Monica, always. And once the word I get from Monica that there is a possible chance we'll see a Marty McFly 2, it's all in. It's all in, baby.
Instant buy for me on that one. If it's Monica
is Fulcrum.
The fulcrum.
Monica is the fulcrum. She has been personally assigned by Ahsoka herself to propagate her knowledge and her insights and her intelligence, reconnaissance capabilities to us, that we may pass it on to you.
All right, you can actually. I'm gonna link it, Nate. The first Marty McFly here.
Actually, yeah. I was. That's why I ended it. I was actually going to show you the comparison of the two.
Yeah.
So the face impression, impression. Let me see. Where is it? Expression. Let me see if I can pull the picture here, real quick. It's an absolute do for me. I actually do for both of them. Come on,
Yeah.
you can't say no. We're actually going to look at Doc in a minute. So here it is.
There we go. Look at it.
Yeah, it's more useful though. The Marty on 2021, the newest one, is a lot more useful compared to the 2015 Marty.
I mean,
It also looks like they're using a different neck, though.
yeah, it does look like that.
Like the neck from 2015 looks thicker, whereas this one, I don't know if it was like if that's. I mean, the issue might be if anyone who's collected figures for a while know, especially like with the concept cap or any of the Captain Americas, the neck piece is actually it's supposed to simulate skin, not the like the plastic. So I don't know if the 2015 one is more plasticky and this one's more organic, but there is a definite. I don't know if the head is bigger on the 2021 or the neck is smaller, but there's a vast difference in the neck size versus the head, especially in the overlap in the chin, and you can see it.
I'm just sending you actual Marty McFly, what he looked like in the movie, so you can get a real comparison of like, hey, this is him in the film.
Yeah, unable to process the image for some damn reason.
Right,
if you want to send it to me on Messenger. It's a lot better.
Right, yeah,
I'll be able to get it from there. Yeah, the paint apps are better than the new one. The new one has a better usefulness to it. You got the twinkle in the eye. And what else? As far as the DeLorean's concerned, everybody, if you guys want to know about the DeLorean, Monica did tell me that they did move the DeLorean from Secret Base. It was about a week and a half ago. They did move the DeLorean from Secret Base, and they don't usually move figures out that have been in Secret Base for a minute and displayed. They don't do that, except for big events. And they moved it over to the Japan event. So this might be a good sign. Here's the thing, though. I do not see that happening right away. I can see the DeLorean getting the same treatment as the Joker 3.0. You know, we got the DX, Batman, and the Tumbler, and then we're probably going to see the Joker possibly next year for release pre-order. So that's one of the things that will happen. We might not see the DeLorean till maybe next year, as a pre-order. Hey, I could be wrong. We might see it a lot sooner than expected with some pre-orders.
I mean, we do have Comic-Con around the corner, New York Comic-Con. So that's the thing. I think there's going to be Hot Toys is saving all the non-Marvel stuff that doesn't have to be related to the marketing stuff for the New York Comic-Con, for the in-person, so people can actually get to see it. Because we didn't have a San Diego one, which they usually come big at, right? So yeah. I think this one, they'll probably come, pretty heavy-handed if they're still opting
I hope so.
Okay, yeah. So I got your photo. Let me see. Save image, and then go to here and post this one so we can actually see it over here. So I don't have to X out the messenger.
Oh yeah, I tried that storage thing. It still ain't working in none of the shops.
Hello, Paul. Welcome.
Six-Scale Survival Guide. Join us for more news posts on future figures and stuff. And also Survival Guide purchases with Adam. He loves posting those Survival Guide purchases. And my message doesn't want to work today.
Perfect. Love it.
I think it's because of Google Chrome. Oh my God.
We got so many. Oh my god.
It's getting there, everybody. It's getting there.
Bro,
Just give me a second.
You'll see it. It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does
What are
look
you in the
fuller.
light? What are you in the Coast Guard, son?
It's your jump ship.
Why are you wearing a life preserver, son?
Yeah, the head sculpt does look fuller. Head sculpt. The actual person does look fuller.
Yeah.
The Backstreet Fox.
He actually
Yeah, so
ate
if
breakfast that morning.
Maybe he got a little drinks in before he went to shoot.
Oh, man.
But yes, you see like the difference. Like the other one was kind of, it looks like him, like, but you could see it's like off a bit. The first one, but this one looks more on point. I think when people get in their hands, like I think everyone has that issue. Is like when they take professional photography, those are touched up a bit too. Like it's not only like models get touched up, like they get rid of some different areas. Like they have an artistic critique to them, and then they put them out and they post them online. So what you're seeing is not 1-to-1 of what you're going to get on the as the final product. So it could look a little bit better when you get it in your hands.
To answer Louis' question, do you have to have a Facebook account in order to view Zixkill Survival Guide? Yes. It's not like where you can have a Facebook Messenger app and not have the Facebook account. You know what I mean? You got because before I used to have my Facebook like last year, no, 2019. I had like suspended my Facebook account so I could like not get freaking spoiled by EndGame posts.
Oh God, yeah.
So I spent 6 months without Facebook, but I had Messenger though, so I was able to talk to people. But yes, you need to have a Facebook account in order to join Cisco Survival Guide.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. We post a lot of good things, and you can ask questions of whatever you think it is you want. There's a lot of new collectors out there, and we're happy to see them. Come join the crew. One of us. Google.
But to answer also Adrian's, the hell is that?
What is that? Is that Maul?
Yeah. So Chris Weaver actually printed me up a couple of skulls. So we have that one, which will be going with Obi-Wan.
Ooh.
And I'll take a couple of shots this weekend where he's doing the Hamlet pose. Alas, poor Maul, I knew him well. And then one of them I actually painted more in, a red.
I mean, I like the red. I wasn't sure. Are Maul's tattoos like deeper than his skin, or are they just kind of?
I don't know, but
I mean,
it's one of those things you see it and you just want to paint it red.
Yeah.
I've got another one that's still in white, so.
All right. I mean, you can mess around with it and see,
Exactly. So.
But what else was I going to say? Okay. Oh yeah, the other question someone was, I think Adrian was asking. All right. So what's going on with Doc? Right? Like, why is Doc getting a full year to release? Well, about a year and a half.
No, yeah, you're right.
Like, about a year and a quarter, right? Why it's taking about a year and a quarter for Doc to get released, and then Marty McFly is like, Marty McFly is getting, he's late for the, he's early in the party, like he's coming out in the next few months, like literally at the end of the year, maybe Christmas. So I'm here like, what's going on? The reason why I think this is another Toy Fair situation, like they had these figures made before the whole the Shazam, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or the molds have been made. Everything is all set up for these figures to come out, and then the Toy Fairs, and it takes about a few months. That's it. I think it's the same situation with Marty McFly. Marty McFly was already planned for release because they want to have these released over at Japan. Remember, this was a limited release at Japan, and then it branched off to something grander, which they did before. They did it for the Batman Begins. The pre-orders went up for the Batman and Tumblr, and then it ended up being more grander, having to get the pre-orders set up for more public wise, like the reissue of the Batman Begins and and the Tumblr, which is great. Like I can't wait for the Tumblr. Which reminds me, I've seen people already buying up the damn Batmobile '89 for $1,300, and I'm here like, this is not the time to buying freaking classic vehicles or characters for literally 3 times the amount when Hot Toys is like what on this train of reissues.
Yeah, you know that you're going to see the Batmobile, the '89 Batmobile again. It might be upgraded, but you're going to see it again in Flashpoint. It's going to get re-released. So, I mean, I hate to be like your mom and say you need patience and you got to wait, but there is a very high probability, again, we're going to possibly see an '89 Keaton Batman reissue. We might see a 3.0 Keaton suit, again, from the canceled third Keaton Batman movie, which a suit was actually made. And again, we might be seeing other Batmen potentially in Flashpoint, which is part of the reason why we're seeing other re-releases or like the DX, where it's basically amalgamation of the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises. I do think we're going to see more vehicle reissues very imminently.
Listen, yeah, do not buy like the '89 Batmobile right now. You're gonna get it. Hot Toys knows Batman sells, and for them, Flashpoint is like they're already on it. The only thing I could probably think that you might want to look into is the original release of the Batman, the '89 Batman, or the Batman Returns Batman, Michael Keaton, because it comes with a head sculpt, the dual one, because you're going to get the old Michael Keaton head sculpt if they do that. So that's the only one I would...
Speaking of head sculpts, how did you feel about the whole reissue of the Doc Brown Back to the Future 2 head sculpt on the body or the figure of the deluxe version of the Back to the Future 1?
I thought that was kind of a surprise here. I'm kind of hoping that there's
with a surprise look.
Yeah, I mean it's not great, honestly. Like I remember seeing that when it first came out with the Back to the Future 2 doc, and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, what? This is not like a doc expression. Like his is very cartoonish and over the top. This is kind of like in between two of them, and it just doesn't work. Like they did it with Harley Quinn. Like they gave Harley this giant big like smile and all that stuff for her Hot Toys. And I'm just curious of why they didn't do it with Emmett Brown. It was lackluster, and it was the reason I didn't pick it up the first time around. But it's the reason I don't have Emmett Brown in my collection, so I had to do it this time.
So you're gonna do it this time, which I'm gonna say right now, guys. I know I love to say day one pre-orders nonstop, but this is right here. This is 9,000 weapons. All right, this is the day one pre-orders you want to do, because I want Hot Toys to keep bringing out some classic figures, especially continue some lines, like maybe go back and get us some reissue of the Predator line, maybe reissue of the Terminator line. That'd be freaking great.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I was kind of hoping they would do Terminator with all the new, with Terminator Dark Fate. They would give us some old Sarah Connor or anything between that. But I'm also hoping with Ghostbusters Afterlife, we're going to get the Ghostbusters Hot Toys and the Echo and the old Echo 1. I know Blitzway did a fantastic job with their 1/6 scale Ghostbusters and their Echo 1. But I'm hoping we get something soon with this new Hot Toys, with a new movie coming out soon this year.
Oh my God, I just realized that too. Matrix is also back. Oh my God, I want the John Wick Matrix look.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Please.
I mean, it'll be interesting. I really want to see how it looks. I just want to see
John
his
Wick
look
Neo.
in the movie. We don't know what he's wearing. We see the trench coat, right? We see the John Wick longer hair. Like the original John Wick Hot Toys had the first shorter one. It was like the
like
second and third.
2.
Yeah, the second and third. He had the Jesus look going back into it. So John Wick 1 was the Point Break almost hairdo.
Well, he's digital Jesus.
He is, yeah. I mean, He was typical Jesus. That's pretty much it. I'm interested. I was, dude. How many? Did you guys watch the teaser? Did you guys go to
Yeah.
whatisthematrix.com? Man,
Oh,
my
yeah.
mind was blown, dude.
You know the way they set, like, you go to YouTube, you watch the teaser trailer, the way it's set up. If you go to the actual site, you click. There's 2 pills. You can click the blue pill or you can click the red pill. Whatever you choose, you get 2 different mini trailers based on your decision.
Yes.
So the trailer that's on YouTube is actually both of them put together.
Yeah, no, I went
Or the
immediately to this. I went immediately to the site, and what's even cooler than that, which keeps me, I just love the programming genius behind it and the marketing team, is that they announce the time that's currently on the TV. I was like, "What are you doing to my life?"
Yep. I mentioned that.
What is happening
in our chat? And I'm like, dude, this coding is awesome.
Oh,
because whenever you're watching it,
yeah,
it puts the time it's reading your device as.
yes, yeah, and if you go back at certain times, you'll get different images. It's different footage, so you continuously watch, and it'll bring in different footage.
Exactly, it's an algorithm based on how many times you've watched it to a certain site.
So, what's even crazier? I mean, this is like the geeking out, the thing is that someone dug in and broke out all the code and made a way so you can choose the timing and the pill and I think the certain type of video to look at. It's kind of surreal. And they did it within, like, I guess 24 hours. It came out yesterday, so it's a cool thing to see. I love it. I've never been blown away like that in a while with a trailer or a teaser like that.
How come Hottoys only released one Matrix Fear? Didn't they tease the Angel Smith? They did. You know how Hot Toys does, Rodney. You know how Hot Toys does. They be teasing this whole line of damn figures that will never come out. Like,
exactly.
Literally, you seen the coming soon site page on Sideshow? That's a graveyard of teases that never came out.
All they have to do is put up a little sign instead of the price tag that says pending licensor approval.
Yeah.
For that, it could have been Hugo Weaving himself that could have been the approval factor. So legally, by putting that pending licensing approval, they can't get sued because they're saying this is a prototype. We're showing it as a prototype, as a potential sale item, but we have to get agreement. So legally, it's kind of like they can't get sued because they're saying we're still waiting for the approval to make it. So
yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at all the things of the Hottoys that's still coming soon. We still need they have the quantum time machine for Avengers Endgame. They're still
That's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen.
The Spiderman light up functionary 6-scale suit. I don't think that's gonna happen. The Jedi Starfighter.
Ooh, Spider-Man. I don't know.
You don't think the Spider-Man's coming? I don't know.
I'll just, especially after today, no spoilers, but the What If episode, anything with Spider-Man is now possible. I'll just say that. Anything is possible.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Nate's yep, anything's possible.
Everything's always possible, but still, I'm looking at these coming soons, and they don't even have a Mantis Hot Toy to finish the Guardians lineup.
We'll probably get a Mantis for the next movie that's coming out, either Guardians 3 or the Thor 4.
Yeah.
So.
I think they still have a Kit Fisto. They have teased, but never.
Oh my God, the Delorean!
DeLorean looks good. It looks good. It looks so good.
That's new. You absolutely know that's new because Einstein is in it. You know that's
yeah,
new.
you're right. You're right. Oh my God, that's a great catch there. It's the new Einstein. Look at that.
I mean, Einstein looks like crap, but it's still Einstein in the DeLorean.
I know. We went over. I mean, it's not Einstein. Like, I don't understand why they couldn't get the colors correct. Like, it's more of a gray.
It looks like they went to Wish and just found a surplus of 1/6 dogs that kind of look like Einstein.
My
the best of it.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Yeah, I'm not joking when I say that.
Wow. It looks great though. Oh my God! The DeLorean. I feel like we with all this hype for these figures, I think we are going to get the DeLorean. It's no joke. It's going to happen, right? It is going to happen.
So I sent you a few things that are related to what we were talking about in the coming soon.
Okay.
Rodney,
Hot Toys.
Rodney, when the DeLorean was released, I think the price from Sideshow was $689.
Yeah. It was about.
So
So
with
it's gonna be
inflation
$800.
and all
It's gonna
that
be
stuff,
$800.
you might be looking at 8 to 9.
I
If they
know.
do the reissue, 8 to 900.
Listen, with 800, I know it's like with inflation and all that stuff, but I hope you get a little bit more accessories in terms of switching out the wheels, because those wheels you can make every type of every type of the DeLorean. You can have the fold in for 2, and then you can have the rail wheels from the railroad from 3. So I hope they can implement that in some way or fashion or form.
At least put a Mr. Fusion accessory pack with
Yes, absolutely.
Let me see.
Give us
Can they do it? I think they can. I think they will be. They do have the adapter here for the
They can get some magnets. Just
what
pop in
you
and out.
call it? You know, where you have the hook that goes in
Yeah,
in this area right here, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, just remove that and put the Mr. Fusion on.
Yep.
So,
Damn, everything looks
Clone
great.
Collector. There is a potential issue, though, with the actual hover conversion mode. So apparently, Mattel, for whatever specific reason, owns the actual license to the specific hover conversion mode.
Wow, really?
If you know Denobi 2, he actually had to modify his own DeLorean to make it into the Back to the Future 2 version with the wheels flipped over and the LEDs indicating the repulsors in the wheel wells. So, I mean, I'm going to be honest. If they do a reissue of DeLorean, it's going to be Back to the Future 1.
It is.
Now, I potentially could see a third-party company out of Hong Kong doing a conversion kit. I mean, they've done them for Iron Man figures. They've done all sorts of other stuff. But I do think if the DeLorean does get reissued, it's going to be the first movie version. And if any modifications are going to happen, you're going to have to get them through a third party.
Which sucks, but
Exactly.
It is what it is. Like, I as long as we get a freaking DeLorean reissue, I'll take whatever. Okay. And unfortunately, I would love it if we see some updates on the DeLorean, because I did not like the whole sticker situation. I remember watching the unboxing of the DeLorean with Denobi, and I'm here like, damn, I have to apply stickers on this. Oh my, I hate that. This is a freaking $700 a vehicle we're buying, and I have to apply stickers on it.
yeah, it's
I'm
not
like-
a model kit. It's just like it's supposed to be already done. Like if I wanted a model kit, I would have bought a model kit DeLorean and built it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that if they're doing. That's why I feel that I know someone said in the comments that the reason why we have Doc Brown so out by 2023 is because we might see the actual pre-order pop up for DeLorean, and DeLorean will be released around the same time with Doc, and I feel like that could be a possibility, and I hope that gives them time between now and 2023 to do some updates on the figure. You know what I mean? Not by the figure, I mean the vehicle, because I want the vehicle
Yes,
to
everybody
have these
does.
updates. I want a reissue, but I want a reissue 2.0.
Yeah, you can't have Doc and Marty without the DeLorean.
Yes.
Like you have them, but you can't. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just not the whole thing. It's not. It's like having half of the Avengers.
Okay, so here's another thing I want. Oh, that's true. That is true too. Like you can't have DX19 Batman reissue without the DX 2024 by the time we get to it. Joker 3.0. You can't do that, Hot Toys. You know you're gonna have to drop the 3.0. And there's already been talks that the 3.0 is coming. So we just gotta be patient with it. But here's the thing I wanted to address, because a lot of people are bringing this up like, oh my god, this is a tease from Sideshow that DeLorean is coming. If Sideshow is gonna put out the DeLorean up for pre-order from Hot Toys, they're not gonna use the same page they used from the original DeLorean that came out a few years ago. They're not going to use the same. They're going to make a whole brand new page for it because that's what they do. You don't see the DX19. You don't see the reissues getting the original pages. They get a brand new page.
Right. Like, I know people are hyping out because I think I linked you it. It's the Sideshow, and it says picture coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at it. Here it is. It's
happening. It's coming.
Super Saiyan. But the thing, they always have 2 pages. Like, one because you want people. It's just, I guess, like maybe a programming thing. Like, you don't want to re-edit something else. You might as well make it all new with different information because you can make mistakes. It's like, hey, this is not the spec, or this is not included, or that's not included. So I know it says that, and I got excited, but then reality hit.
You know how many people hit me up? Oh my God, Nate! They're dropping hints on the coming soon on DeLorean. The hell are you talking about? What you on, bro?
Come on.
What you on today? Pass that over to me. I need that right now, bro. So, obviously, what's that thing they use on Apple phones now or iPhones? AirHub it to me.
Oh yeah. AirDrop.
Yeah.
Hey, just AirDrop this, man.
No, AirDrop this freaking vehicle to me. That's what I need.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Oh, come here, you flirkin'.
Oh my God, your son.
My baby boy. How are you?
Cute.
How are you? You big chunky baby.
he got the test right in him. That's why.
That's true. He's so big. He's so chunky.
What is he, like 22 pounds or something?
About there. He's about 20 pounds. He's got diabetes.
Okay, Wilford Brimley.
Yeah.
Diabetes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
This looks great, though, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's always going to be good. I think, and the only downside is what you said about Mattel. Mattel owns that flip into the freaking car, and it's just like a click in, and it sucks that it was like the only way to get that is if we mod it ourselves. Take this expensive collectible hobby and just start, shifting things around.
Yep, take the Dremel out. You're in.
Just freaking
start modifying. Be like, well, if I do that, that works. Then if I install these lights and run these wires and hook it up to the battery compartment, it might work.
Hey, you better. I mean, you better measure twice and cut once with this bad boy, because you will definitely need it. Oh, people are coming in. They were wondering if it's sold out. The Marty, Marty's sold out. It's #1 on the Sideshow bestseller. Like Marty and Doc. Like it's going,
actually, man. I need to check that out real quick.
Check it out.
I was just as of half hour
showing.
before we came on, there was still availability for Marty.
It's still there, but it is bestseller. Like Marty McFly is #1, and #2 will shock you.
Number 2 will shock me. Okay,
what is it? King Shark?
King Shark's been going up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised with King Shark. I'm like, King Shark is hitting the top 10s. How the hell is this possible? Han. That's the reason why. It's the Han thing. That's why. That's the bestsellers.
Nom nom.
Okay, so let me do pre-orders though. I'm saying. It's all shipping. It's all shipping. That's why. Okay.
Yeah. You gotta do go all collectibles.
Let me shop all Hot Toys because I'm doing all the shipping stuff. So the bestsellers for shipping out is what you call it. All right. So can view all now shipping though. I want to view all releases.
If you go to hold on, let me show you. If you go to just go to Sideshow, go to shop.
You know what? I'll do.
Go to shop.
I'll go to one new. I go what new, and then
go to. No, it's right there. If you just go to. All right. Yeah. All right.
Coming soon, and then there you go. View all latest releases. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go latest releases, and then I'm gonna click on Hot Toys and pre-orders.
I mean,
yeah, Marty's still there.
He's still there. Yeah, you can definitely grab him.
Let's see, bestsellers. Wow, freaking King Shark in number 2.
King Shark is number 2.
Wow, that's hilarious, man.
Right?
Shoot. Okay, let me go.
Nom nom.
Nom nom.
Nom nom.
But what is the Mark III diorama, like number 9?
The Mark III diorama?
Number 9, yeah. I'm seeing. Wow, I'm seeing 1, 2. Yeah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, look at that. Wow, Shang-Chi figures are up there too on pre-order.
Yeah, the movie, man.
That.
Movie helped out a lot.
The movie's pretty decent, so
yeah,
wow,
it's entertaining. I think. What do we gonna do?
Oh, that's right. We gotta do. We gotta discuss about.
We'll do that later.
Exactly.
We gotta do like
just a warning. If you're epileptic, the 4th and final act may kill you.
Oh yeah, that and Candyman. Oh my God! If you're epileptic and you're sensitive to light, the last like 5 minutes you will die. You just have to close your eyes. Like that thing was. It's just they flash a lot of just single colors. So.
Yes, Marty's still up, but it's limited to 1, and also it's 600 that were made, limited down to 600 for sellers over HK. So I don't know what's the situation here on Sideshow though. I think it's gonna be a different batch, but all I'm saying is you don't want to be in a situation where you don't get yourself a Marty because these are already reselling over there for 600. The ones that sold out over there, they're reselling for 600.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
And Andres, we are not talking about spoilers. Don't worry, we're not talking about spoilers. It's going to be a spoiler review coming out pretty soon. It's just me, Don Prime, and B. Figure out our times together to do it. So hopefully we get a spoiler review video, not stream, but video out for you guys. Mm-hmm. But but I'll say this though. I enjoyed it so much. I am getting both figures. So,
yeah, I'm on the fence of getting both of them. I did really like it. I want to see. They haven't released what his accessories are though, so they haven't updated that yet.
It's going to be a beer and a karaoke machine. No spoilers with that.
That'd be pretty funny if they did do that. I would love that.
Yes, the discount codes do work. I use my coupon code for because I get coupon codes for Sideshow like no tomorrow. So now, but here's the thing though, it's only $20 now. It's not $25 anymore. So I use the $20 on Marty, and it worked. So
yeah. So here's the one thing I'm curious about. A lot of people loves the Suicide Squad, especially King Shark, obviously. I know Peacemaker's getting a show, but people love Idris Elba, as someone was saying that they're waiting for Bloodsport. But do you think we will get more of that? Do you think we'll get any more DC guys? Because DC they're not doing a lot of DC stuff. Like out of all of the people all the people to show, we only have King Shark, right?
Well, we got Cyborg. That was fan service to
that was
the
fan
fan.
Service. Yeah,
that was fan service.
Let me offer a theory. I think part of the HBO show might actually show Peacemaker going after Bloodsport for trying to kill him. I think that may be an aspect of the show, and that's why we haven't seen a figure yet. I do.
Oh my God! The Marty didn't work. They're canceling. They're not letting you use discount codes now on Marty anymore.
Somebody got up and changed the coding.
Someone got up and changed the code because the thing is that it worked for me. I got the $20 in. Yeah.
Yeah, that means somebody got up and actually, got out of bed, got their coffee, went to the master site, changed the coding, and be like, "Yeah, your coupon ain't working today, boy."
Hey, Brian. So what you were saying about Bloodsport again?
I would not doubt we may see him again in the HBO series.
Okay.
I think that, but I think what I'm getting at is that, do you think people should get in on King Shark because we might not get another King Shark because it didn't perform well in box office, right? But we know the real history about that.
Based on these numbers alone, they're going to overproduce him.
you think they're going to overproduce the King Shark?
Based on his price, based on his current popularity, I think they might overproduce him to the fact there's going to be a substantial stock in the world available for anybody who wants it.
Okay, all right.
Because who expected anyone for King Shark to be number 2 in all of the pre-orders?
I mean, that's what I said. Number 2 will shock you. So.
Ooh, look at this.
Yes.
Or that means it's getting ready to waitlist. Look at Star Wars. There's been opportunities where the coupons did not work on certain Star Wars figures, and they did sell out within like a week or two.
Yeah.
Like that could be signs that this could be selling out, or it could be sign that, like Don Prime said, somebody woke up in the morning, got their coffee, and realized, oh, so people are using coupons on this. Denied.
So yeah, so here, I mean, to break it down, it's like if you love Marty, if you love this figure, go for it. Put in the deposit down. It's one of those figures. I'm like, look around. Where else is it selling? You
wow,
got Sideshow.
The Luke Skywalkers. This is what I love looking at. My hero, Luke freaking Skywalker, back in the game again with these bestsellers. Okay, I know if these bestsellers don't affect what Hottoys sees, right? This is just for Sideshow. So Sideshow already bought their badges, all right?
All right,
but
give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
I love the fact that Luke Skywalker is going strong. It's
Super
going strong, man. Look at this, man. The force is strong with my boy, man.
Like I said, man, it's a great figure. I know he has the Ken hair, but it's still Luke Skywalker. It's still Luke Skywalker, and it's a great pose. It's a great scene. I mean, it's an opportunity for those that missed out on the fantastic Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. Came with so many accessories and head sculpt to get in on it, to actually own a piece of the Mandalorian version of him.
Wow, Venom went back up. Look at this.
Dude, Venom, the reviews spoke for themselves. You saw the reviews. It's a great figure.
Mm-hmm,
it's a fantastic one.
I think this is like, I think I spoke to Lou. Who I spoke to? I think I spoke to Lou. Somebody I spoke to about this. I think it was in the stream that we talked about how the Venom pool was like the prototype to this Venom.
Yeah.
In designing it the best it can be. Because Venom pool wasn't that great. I agree. Looks wise, it was fine, but the articulation, the way the figure feels, and the way that things turned out for it, it wasn't that great. But I feel that the Venom pool was like the first baby steps for Hottoys to perfect it with the Venom. And look at this. This thing is amazing. If you guys seen the unboxing videos on this thing and reviews, this thing is freaking gorgeous.
And it's massive too, which is a fantastic thing. It's like a huge. It could be a good centerpiece. Like you guys said, like, hey, King Shark's great because it's a power pose. Freaking Venom, boy, Venom. Explain. You can have him displayed it every other way.
Oh yeah, man. And then this thing is it was funny is I think this one towers over the actual Hulk that we have right now. So
yeah, I think so. What, the Professor Hulk, you mean?
The Professor Hulk, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, some people are doing some comparisons. Either I know it's towering over the Venom pool though.
I'm just looking at chat, see what's going on here.
Now I gotta wait till the page resets because it's not letting me go up. The elevator needs to go up.
Oh boy.
There you go. Okay, I got it. Okay, cool.
So G, yeah, film was serviceable, but the Venom does look great though.
Oh yeah. I can't wait for the Carnage. I think the reason why they got the Venom figure out this early, like I said before, is because they wanted to capitalize on the film that's coming out in October, which is already October 1st. They're going to be having this figure, the movie out, and we might see a Carnage figure because remember there was these there pictures out of the store where they have there would let there be Carnage merch, not merch, but promotions, and you got the Hottoys logo on the promotion.
Oh, they're gonna listen. Anything Spider-Man, they're definitely getting in on. You saw how deep they went in with the Spider-Man video game. Like it's crazy. They're going goo the gaga for Spider-Man because he's the next Iron Man.
That's why I stopped buying. That's why I stopped buying the PS4 figures because I know that Far From Home is going to destroy our wallets.
Yeah. Like I love like here's the thing. I love the classic like the classic costumes they got, like the Scarlet Spider, fantastic. 2099, even better. The Miles Morales, it's pretty great, but I need to do all live action. I got to stick to one, and it's just live action for me.
Wow, Mysterio going up too. Mysterio was in the bottom for a minute.
Because he's a good. I mean, he's great. People are displaying him in great lengths. Like I went on the Reddit site of Hottoys, and people are putting him in really great poses, and he just looks pretty fantastic, especially with the good LEDs and everything. It's a great figure. Like even though his character was not grand in scale, but he was still great and serviceable to who he was, like a trickster.
You know. Honestly, this is my opinion. I wish this would have happened. I wish the whole multiverse thing was. I know it's real now. With the low PE and all that jazz. But when he was talking about the multiverse where he came from another Earth, I would have loved it if that portion was real for Mysterio. And Mysterio was a real character. And my take on it would be that the whole thing with the elementals, the lava monster, and all that was actually a real thing. They did destroy his world, and they ended up going here. Mysterio ends up helping Spider-Man, and Spider-Man helping Mysterio to take on these monsters, and he becomes a hero and stuff like that. I would have loved it if they teased us at the end that Mysterio was the one that actually created these monsters and destroyed his world. And then he goes like, "Oh, hey guys, so I'm gonna do this again, but do it better." Like he knows the mistakes he made in the original because his world got destroyed. So now he's recreating the monsters again, but better because he's like, okay, so all right, okay. So it shows that he's a madman in a way, like okay, so you're gonna make the same mistakes again. But either way, like I feel that I would have loved that Mysterio storyline to be actually.
Yeah, you're right, man. Because the thing is, with Mysterio storyline and Far From Home, what it came out to be is just. Sorry, I'm sending you some Mysterio pictures that people have put up, so you can show them as I talk. I sent it through your messenger.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah. So the problem with Mysterio, man, in the movie is that it's an Iron Man villain. It's Tony Stark that created it, pretty much, and it's not. Like Spider-Man's only involved because he has Iron Man's tech. When it's the other way around, and if you look at the Raimi Spider-Man and even Garfield's that Spider-Man, he's the center of all these rogue gallery. And the thing I love about the Raimi Spider-Man is that these villains are redeemable. They're not fully villains. Like even Green Goblin at the end was like to a point of like, hey man, he's kind of insane. He's kind of doing all this stuff. It's the insanity that's taken over. Like the Hobgoblin or the Goblin 2, I think he was called, or the what was James Franco? Was he the Hobgoblin?
He was a Hobgoblin.
Yeah, they called him Hobgoblin.
He was the Hobgoblin for a short time, and also he was a Hobgoblin. The original character in the comics, he was a Hobgoblin as well.
Wasn't that Ned Leeds though? The Hobgoblin.
It was Ned Leeds, but I don't know which comic book line was it, but what's his name? His Spider-Man's friend. I keep forgetting his name. We were just talking about him. James Franco's character did I think play the Hobgoblin at one point. I can't remember when.
Yeah, I think he might have. I got to look at it, but check it out. Look at it. Come on, you can't like not look at this and be like, these are fantastic poses, especially with the Spider-Man you get. That's why he just looks really great. Check it out, dude.
Wow.
This is fantastic.
This is fantastic.
All four of
Harry Osborn. There you go. Harry Osborn.
Harry Osborn, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Another thing, guys, for Dr. Octopus, please, for the love of God, do not. Please do not spend $400 on the Doc Ock third party. You missed your chance with that. Do not spend freaking $400 on that. Just wait till Hot Toys deliver us the Sinister Six and call it a day. Okay?
Yeah. They're going to do it. You know they're going to do it.
Yes.
They're going to give you the 6. And that's the one that everyone wants. And that's going to destroy my bank account forever. I will be like, you'll see me in a box.
He was not called a Hobgoblin, but we all know that was Hobgoblin.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, the thing is in the movie.
Yeah, because I forgot what they put, because Hot Toys released him. And I forgot what they put the name on it.
Little Goblin Jr.
Yeah.
Little Goblin Jr. gonna cry. Yeah, so gotta remember the classic scenes from the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah, it was the new Goblin. They called him the new Goblin.
God, look at that Venom. Oh my God, look at my
See?
Iron Spider right
That's-
there.
That's what I'm
a
saying.
that's a
Just
good one.
look at it. It's insane. It's like great poses. It's fantastic. That's the thing about it. It's like, even though the movie, like, he was like, I think someone said like Mysterious the Trevor from Iron Man 3 equals
Yeah.
fake Mandarin. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's true. Like, he's not this overall that, but that was his gimmick the whole time. He's a faker, and that's his whole thing.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
speaking of Trevor, how long till Mandarin reaches 380 to 400?
You think he was? I remember him at one.
No, like how long till he reaches that point? Because at one point you can buy him for $88.
Yes, I do remember that. I think you could still buy him some places.
No, he's gone.
Is
now.
he gone now?
Yeah.
Gone.
He keeps going up. But hey, guys, it's time to bring in the one and only Denobi.
Oh, I thought the DeLorean. I'm like, yes, do it, baby.
DeLorean.
Oh, that's
Hey,
terrible.
what up, man?
I'm better than the DeLorean. I make the
Ooh.
DeLorean fly.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
He wasn't funded on cocaine like the DeLorean motor company was.
Trying to get across the border. I got all this coke, man. We gotta make it. We gotta hit 88. This thing only goes 60. Damn it.
No, poor John DeLorean. He never did drugs. He was vain. He was greedy. He was selfish. But he did the little
made-
cocaine bust just to keep the company alive.
Yeah, but what's more 80s than that? Cocaine,
Exactly.
Cool car. Make your own company. Startup. Miami, I'm sure it's
that's
in there
literally
somewhere.
a real world episode of Miami Vice.
It is.
Well.
He is the 80s. Like, he lived it. He's like, you want it? This is where we're at. We want Monica? Relax. She's our spy. We don't give away our secrets.
We want Monica. Bothan spies from the Asian market, huh?
Mhm.
Is that what it is, Nate?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the code name, Monica.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, never give away your secrets as you should.
For China. Yeah,
I caught most of your show. I was doing errands today, and I caught your thoughts on Marty and the DeLorean. I want the DeLorean.
You want the
know,
DeLorean?
about it. Yeah,
DeLorean, baby.
yeah,
Look at it. Everybody look at it right now. Look at that DeLorean.
yeah. If you were able to catch part of the midnight run, Nate, I once it goes into pre-order, it's most likely going to be 2. I'll be taking
2. Oh my!
Two
The thing is,
DeLoreans?
I've had time to watch it, but I caught the end of it. I caught the end of it, but the thing is, like, I was tired. I'm like, oh my God, I want to watch this. I actually was planning to watch the whole stream at the time, but then I woke up too late. I was like, oh man, 4 a.m. He must be already ending, but I caught the end of it.
I saw you chime in, and I was already starting to crash, and the topics were waning. But no, it'll be 2, and it's planned out. I already have a chart graph what I intend to do with the 2. It wouldn't be a flip or anything. I still want to do my passion project of taking one of these vehicles and converting it into a real working 1/6 scale RC vehicle.
Really?
For a second, I thought you were going to say time machine. I'm like, what? You're going to actually get a Mr. Fusion on this damn thing?
No. I want a 1/6 scale DeLorean RC radio controlled that I can put a camera inside the dashboard, GoPro, and just go to town with it. Yeah.
That's pretty dope, man. That is pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
I didn't even hear that from the streams. That's why I never got a chance to. I need to watch it. Hopefully, when it's gonna work, I'll watch it. But yeah, wow, an RC.
I mentioned it. Yeah, people think it's like, oh, he's renting the flip. I'm like, no flip intentions or anything or sit on it. It's that the only reason I haven't done the RC conversion yet is because the secondary market on the DeLorean is just out of control. So if any damage was to happen or if the project failed, it would be a costly venture. Yeah, it's easy. I mean, you can kind of see in the screen, it's very little damage was done to hover convert it and to add the wheels for the train set. I don't know if you can see it or not.
I see it over here. Yeah, I see
I can see it a little bit.
the future line there.
I mean, your whole place looks amazing. Like I'm
Yeah.
just like,
If you can kind of see that's Marty with the hoverboard on there and so forth, and yeah,
Jesus,
Yeah.
that's freaking
so
damn cool.
I would still want a. Let me see if I can get the camera going. I would still want a Mark 1 on display, and the RC. So 3 vehicles, because I don't. I mean, if you look at my display, it's the Mark 2, the hover converted, and then the Back to Future Part 3, which is it's on the train tracks, which does work.
Yeah.
I can push the DeLorean on that track that was 3D printed for me. So
Now,
yeah.
Denobi, my question is, because a lot of people have been asking about this, people were mentioning it in the comments already. I'm going to bring you in with this question because you're the expert of the DeLorean, especially with the Hot Toys one. My question to you is, if Hot Toys does do a reissue DeLorean, is it possible for a die-cast DeLorean, and will it be possible for the price range for that? Because if they do a die-cast, they'll be out of their mind with the price. But also, what is the material they use on the DeLorean?
Oh, it's all plastic.
It's all plastic.
Yeah, I knew the code name for this type of plastic because my friend who I partnered with the 3D parts, he's well versed in the formulas of plastic. So it's a certain type of a rigid plastic. You don't want this vehicle to drop. It's like more like a hard ABS type plastic that can't shatter if it was to hit a wall at a certain speed.
I was gonna drive it 88 miles per hour into a wall and see if it survived.
Yeah, and the only reason I know that, and I had plenty of time to think about it, was because I had remembered mention it to him because the conversion videos were doing so well at the time, the hover converted video, the train video. And I came this close to partnering up with him with the RC, and he was warning me. He's like, "Hey, look, this thing is starting to climb in price, and if it shatters, or if you put a super AC unit in it, I mean, and I lose control, it's done. There's no replacement parts for this thing if it was to." So I got spooked out, and I picked up the second DeLorean on eBay for a really good price right before I released the last conversion video, which was the train video, because every time I did a video on the DeLorean, the secondary market would spice up right there, would perk up. See, I don't want to jinx the camera there.
So are you telling us you're an influencer?
100% with the DeLorean. If anything, if anything, Hot Toys should send me an invite because I think I've done my part and then some.
You should reach out to them. You should reach out to either the Sideshow people or I'm sure you'd like marketing people.
Well, not Sideshow. Sideshow and Denobi, they have a history.
Oh, you do?
It wouldn't be with Sideshow. It would probably be with Hot Toys, but they don't. I know Howard Chan doesn't speak English. And he walks around with a translator. So,
I mean, I've seen people with other less views get invited to those Comic-Con at home. Like I just see people. I'm like, these people don't have maybe 500 people that follow him or whatever, and they get invited to just goof around at those places.
I mean, I would jump at the opportunity. Yeah. My impression of. Because I've only met him twice, and when I met him twice, it's hello. I've spoken to the interpreter on show site, and that was it. And I've said a few words with him, and that was it. And like, hey, I really like this, and I remember asking a question, and the interpreter translated, and I forgot the response. It wasn't filmed, but he comes off like Todd McFarlane. I'm gonna make what I want to make, type deal. I don't care what you think, but I'm gonna make what I like and what I love. Now, these are different times, though. We are living in a different era, and I do believe that his opinion towards the collector community has changed. So I do 100% believe he is listening. He probably may have hired a marketing manager or something, because there's no other way to explain Cyborg. I mean, Cyborg was clearly.
A fan service.
They even it was a fan service. They even acknowledged it. It was a trust of confidence from them, which worked on me. I was getting really sour with the company. I mean, anytime I would jump on a live stream, I was bitching about Hottoys and these 2-year delays. And what calmed me down was Cyborg. I settled. I'm like, oh, okay, because I was pissed. We still don't have the end. It's been 2.5 years. Most of the EndGame characters haven't been released. So I do know that they are listening. And Back to the Future is, from what I've been told, is huge in Japan. People reached out to me. We'll be watching Geeking Out closely. Yeah, probably. I would.
Hopefully, thank you.
They should be, yeah. They should be.
Inflating our egos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I was part of the Hottoys Corporation and I understood the language, I would listen to all of these live streams because it can help benefit the company.
Hey, they can just jump in and ask us, like, "Hey, come in here." Yeah,
why not?
talk to us.
Howard, the invitation always stands.
Yeah.
Please join us.
Yeah,
Hollywood does it. You know, the executives who sneak into the movie theaters on opening night. That's very common to see the fan reaction. That's very common. In fact, it's almost expected. How is their product being engaged and so forth. That's why Shang-Chi flipped in the last week because of the early test screenings, and people were like, oh my God, they said this movie was going to be crap. And who are these people that said Shang-Chi was going to be crap? They're idiots. This movie's phenomenal.
It's Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. I'm saying it. I'm trying to say it like Aquafina.
No, I know. It's the goof in the movie. That was the bit. It wasn't a rip on you.
No.
Yeah.
But I was kind of trying to do it on purpose. I was trying to say Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi,
So
karaoke master.
What is your take on? Okay, I remember you saying that in our previous stream of last, I think it was a few weeks ago, where we talked about the Doc Brown. Like when we were speculating when these people were going to come out and if they were going to come out for the public. You were talking about you already mentioned that the Doc Brown was sort of a disappointment in a way because the head sculpt reused head sculpt, which I understand.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about? Because I know you're getting both, but how do you feel about Marty?
I see so much value in Marty.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have a bias though. If this property tells me to jump off a building, I will. So I try to disclose that because this is an IP that's really close and true to my heart. But that being said, though, this Marty brings extreme value to me and my collection because I'm not scared to kit bash. I want a Clint Eastwood Marty. And
yes,
I can do that. It's very easy. It wouldn't be that expensive. There's, I think, Redmond Toys, a couple third-party companies. They actually have Clint Eastwood figures with the likeness of Clint Eastwood. I don't care about Clint Eastwood, but the outfit that Marty McFly uses in Part 3 is in reference to an old Clint Eastwood movie. I don't know if you guys know that.
It was
Yep. Just make sure you have the neat K's.
Yeah. I forgot the name of the movie. It was an old Western.
I think it was Fistful of Dollars.
Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah,
Yes.
Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah. And it was a big fun fact. Robert Zemeckis reached out to Clint Eastwood for the blessing to use the name. And from what I understand, I don't think Clint Eastwood got paid anything. I think it was just, hey, can we borrow your name and the reference? And he gave the okay. So I don't think he got paid. I think it was more of a favor. Which is common in Hollywood. Certain top directors, when they ask for a favor, they provide it. In fact, the last time I remember a director did that without any monetary was Steven Spielberg for the video game movie.
Ready Player One?
Yes. Very common knowledge. He reached out to all the studios, video games, and he asked, can we borrow your character's likeness? No money was exchanged. Everybody told Steven Spielberg yes. Yes.
Like, why would you say no to Spielberg? Why would you
never say no to Spielberg?
No.
I know.
Never say no.
It's like that was like a culmination of like the prime pick because that book was written because of him, pretty much. It had all his references.
Yeah. So every studio said yes. It was just all favor. I don't even think anything was written up, and it was that's why you were able to see the Iron Giant, and all these characters.
Doc Brown, he's in it.
Yeah,
she walks around. It's kind of
King
crazy.
Kong. Yeah,
he drives the DeLorean in stage 2 backwards.
Mhm.
To bypass King Kong. So yeah, I think that was also both Spielberg and Zemeckis given their approval. I mean,
Clone Collector. I will actually answer him. I'm actually a little bit shocked it's not sold out yet.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what we're saying, dude. Buy. I mean, we can't tell you to buy.
Yeah,
we can tell you.
Yeah,
if you like it, you should get it.
Yeah, I have a couple. I mean, I have the main theory. This figure should be sold out already.
Yeah.
The two theories that I talked about in the midnight stream was that most collectors who love Back to the Future are caught in this dilemma: do I need another Marty just to buy it? So that's one. That's the other thing. The second thing is the day one pre-orders. This thing is going to drop right in smack of the hurricane season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's scary. It's a real thing. I mean, this Marty figure could force a lot of collectors to hit the tap out button. 100%.
Well,
right?
And again, there's also the other factor of conventions like New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
Like, badges were just sent out today. Like 2 hours ago, I just got notification that my badge is shipped and I got my tracking number. Then yesterday, I bought my autograph sessions at the table with Adam Savage and Shatner. So it's one of those things also for me. It's like, could I buy this and not worry about it? Yes, but also at the same time, I don't want to put all this money into something that I think is awesome, but doesn't necessarily fit my display, and I may end up selling it in the long run anyway.
Yeah,
you know?
the timing is bad for American collectors, but I understand it's a marketing tactic from Hottoys because they closed one of their store locations and they moved it to a new and larger location. So it's plus again, like I mentioned, the Japanese collectors love Back to the Future. They simply adore this film. Versus, I've had people from Hong Kong tell me, like, Back to the Future is really not that keen out here, but in Japan, it's huge. So
yeah, Back to the Future had its moment when 2015 passed. Like, it was like a big Back to the Future year. Like, hey, we made it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then like Pepsi was doing the special edition, bottles that you could win, and then there was the Nike reissues of the auto laces for charity.
God,
but since then,
I think USA Today had like a news article. Yeah, I mean, me too. I have it. I don't know where it is,
I don't know
but
where it is either. I had it somewhere. But I love that.
saw this. I mean, I saw this film in theaters. I forget a lot of things at my age, but I do remember seeing Back to the Future in theaters with my siblings and my mom. And I forget a lot of things, but I've never forgotten that. And I remember at the time, it was huge. It was huge.
Dude, it's still big. I mean, it's still iconic. That's the thing. It's still memorable because the thing is, it's still got cool stuff. It's got, I mean, even if you watch it, it's still like true to its word. It's timeless. Like you can watch it. You can watch it then because it takes place in the 80s. So it's not like, in present day. And you're like, what is this phone that they're using? This Rogan phone? You know what I mean? So, but with this, it's like, it's this pocket of history that influenced so many things and launched the careers of two major things. Even though they were, in their own rights, famous for their TV career, this is what put them on the map of just being pop culture icons. I bet today, I mean, look how many times Doc Brown shows up in other mediums as Doc Brown. Like he was one of the coolest cameos, spoilers for 1,000 Ways to Die in the West, is Doc Brown with the DeLorean. He shows up and it has a little twinkle. And I'm like, that's dope. Just
Rick and Morty is also Rick and Morty is also like a influence from.
Oh yeah.
From
I think it's very famous.
And Christopher Lloyd has actually done live action promos for Rick and Morty as Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with a
Ezra
guy that
Miller.
actually looks like a real life version of Morty.
That's the dude from It Chapter 1, or if you watch Knives Out, he's the kid on the phone.
Okay.
So that's that dude. So I just found out.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was
going
going to say, Lloyd is buying into this.
Oh,
like-
yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course.
I mean, and the thing is, I don't know if he needs the money, or at this
No,
point he's
he-
just saying, like, I'm just going to
dudes-
play with this because this is so much fun.
Christopher
And I'm
Lloyd's
getting
one of
paid
those
for it.
actors who doesn't want to retire. He's like Michael Caine. It's
Yeah.
not about the money. It really isn't.
He loves it.
Yeah, they really do enjoy it. It's the reason why Michael Caine is still working. It's
Yeah,
because
he like if you look at Christopher Lloyd's like filmography, he's picking all fun stuff. Like the last time we saw him was Mr. Nobody, where he's this badass grandpa that guns down people. I'm like,
I'm glad you brought that up because I actually spoke to Nate about this before the thing. If you show me a Star Trek 3 Search for Spock, Christopher Lloyd Klingon from
he's a
XO6,
Klingon.
that is an instant pre-order.
Yes. Oh god, I would buy that.
That is an instant pre-order.
Just hearing him speak the Klingon language is like insane. They're like, "What is Doc? What is this? What is happening? This is awesome."
Exactly. And then at the end, when he's like Kirk is giving him his hand, and he's like, "Screw this!" He grabs his ankles like, "I'm going out, and you're coming with me."
Yeah.
Real quick on this question here. We don't know.
What's this?
We don't know. It is a leap of I mean, the original Marty went into pre-order in 2014, released to the public in 2015. We don't know. If you look at the descriptions on Sideshow, they're advertising a new head sculpt, which I discovered like a couple hours before I started my live stream. I was under the impression it was the exact same head sculpt with a new updated paint application, but it's being advertised as a newly developed head sculpt with a new paint application. It says it right there in print. And then if you go to Doc Brown's profile says just a paint application, a newly updated paint application.
Yeah.
That's it.
I hope not. I hope that's not the case. I said my grievances earlier about the face sculpt. I think it's something that if anyone needs it.
Oh
it's
yeah,
definitely
newly
Doc.
developed head sculpt. Look at that. Yeah.
It says it there in print.
Wow.
Yeah, I should probably read more. I mean,
It's right there,
reading
but
is
look, it's the
fundamental.
first thing.
Reading is fundamental, sir.
I know it is.
Yeah. If
But
you scroll
also
down,
seeing
Nate,
is believing too, and that is no Einstein.
Yeah. Scroll down, Nate. Scroll down to the you can see right. It's like the first thing they talk about. Keep going a little bit down, a little bit. And what's in the box? Go down, but a little right there. Stop right there. New. It says it right there.
Yeah.
Newly developed.
Mm-hmm.
It says it right there.
Ooh,
Wow.
Okay.
That's in print.
Kurt Donald.
And I've never known Hot Toys to lie. They aren't Sideshow.
They're not Grievous.
So I've never known I have yet to catch Hot Toys, and it says it right there. So
I don't know if you guys know. It's like look at Kurt Donald's comment. Does anyone know anything about that? Do you think that's the reason?
it could be. I did not know about.
I don't.
And
Yeah,
I didn't know
not-
she retired. I thought she was still doing this. She was in contract with Blitzway for a while. So, but again, I don't want to say the word because I don't want the video, but 2020 changed
Ooh.
a lot of things. Yeah,
bro.
Mhm.
Come on.
I know.
Saying
And I
the
even mentioned
the curse
I don't
word.
even
It's
wanna
like
mention-
Voldemort.
I
dude.
should. Yeah, I don't want to mention like the P word. I don't want to mention. So let's just call it the event because the algorithm.
The blip part 2.
Blip, yeah. So.
The snap.
But I mean, she was in contract. I mean, Blitzway grabbed her for a few projects, but again, the event changed a lot of things. So I didn't know she was retired or she stopped working. She was one of the more popular sculptors that would freelance back and forth between Blitzway and Hot Toys.
Clearly, because the thing is, people are comparing this the old Marty as the better version of the new Marty. So some people are on the fence there, but like, hey, what are your thoughts? What do you like? Do you like the new head sculpt, or do you? Because you clearly have the physical version of the old one. So what is it what is your opinion? Do you like the new one? Are you excited for the new one, or do you think the old one will work?
For me, this is really weird. The head sculpt is somewhat irrelevant. And I know that's very odd. I don't believe that looks like Marty McFly. I mean, not Marty McFly. I don't believe that looks like Michael J. Fox. In fact, last night's discovery, I felt a somewhat emotional connection to the third party Marty McFly that's being made by Present Toys, and it's called the Time Machine Man. And I saw it for the very first time, and I forgot about it. I'm like, and me and James agreed. I'm like, oh, this kind of looks more like Michael J. Fox than Hot Toys does. So for me, it's more of the symbol and kit bashing the character, having Einstein. To me, Einstein was a complete misfire from Hot Toys. Like, why couldn't you have added Hot Toys? He was an integral part of the film. In fact, we learn, the audience, we emotionally connect with Doc Brown, Marty, and the Time Machine with the help of Einstein.
Okay.
Einstein was the proof. So he should have already been. It's something that was missed. That was kind of ignored.
I'll just say
sending
this.
some pictures to Nate.
Yeah.
Can I just say this?
I just sent it in the private chat. I can send you the pictures if you want.
This almost looks like Back to the Future original filming Eric Stoltz. Or maybe a combination of Eric Stoltz and Marty and Michael J. Fox.
That's what I was saying too. Like, there's a lot of people out there that do feel that it looks like the original Marty McFly, not the OG, but the actual deleted OG. Because the original actor did not. They had to reshoot 90% of the movie with Michael J. Fox.
Exactly, because like you said, the movie was 90% done with Eric Stoltz, not Michael J. Fox. So, I mean, did they run into contract and likeness issues with Michael J. Fox where he didn't agree to it? So, like, they had to do an amalgamation of both stocks, Michael J. Stoltz and Fox. Because this is not, I'm going to be flat out, this is part of the reason, also I am not grabbing this even to resell. This is not Michael J. Fox. Not in the closest bit. This is not Michael J. Fox.
I did play devil's advocate. I mean, clearly, Hot Toys isn't the only company that has trouble capturing the likeness of Michael J. Fox, because Iron Studios is in the same boat. I mean, I was heartbroken that they're asking X amount of dollars for iconic scenes. I mean, Back to the Future Part 3, that clock scene.
The clock tower for 310.
I wanted it to display because I'm like, this is perfect. But then I saw it.
Yeah. So
for some reason, this one looks like Michael. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I feel
it looks like him, but then there's one where he's looking down, and it looks like he's a ooga booga man, like a caveman.
Yeah, it's camera. It's camera angles.
I know it's camera.
It's camera angles and lighting.
Yeah. I sent it over.
Quick thing, Bob Dylan sent us a $5 super chat, so we got to display that.
Thank you, brother.
Display it up, man.
So and he's right. It's not technically a lie. It is. It's
a deviation
that
they legally can get away with.
That's the word. Thank you, Dom, because it's not a lie and it's not a mistake. They advertise prototype. That's why the photo. This is the prototype, and the final product may change. That's something that they've always taglined in all of their pre-orders, and that most collectors are experienced of knowing that. Look, everything that you see is prototype. The Marty is going the reissue. I guess I can call this a well, no, it's a re-release. It's not a reissue because there is slight variations to this Marty with the addition of Einstein and this new head sculpt. Right, we're supposed to be getting a new head sculpt with a new paint application because it's there in print. So it's a re-release with some updated features on there. We have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see what the final product is in November when it starts to ship. If collectors want to wait that long after the item sells out, because I'm assuming after a few weeks it's going to sell out. I'm shocked it hasn't. It's going to be a costly mistake if they do introduce a new head sculpt with a new paint application. It's going to really bite the collectors who didn't want to take that leap of faith. But I understand for the monetary reasons too, because I can look at this both ways. Like, I can't swing X amount of dollars on this Marty right in the middle of hurricane season with all these Star Wars pre-orders. Plus, if you have any DC or Marvel pre-orders that are expected to drop too, it's going to be a devastating blow. So,
Wow. I know we had a question earlier towards me, but I know Denobi can answer this quite better because he actually I don't have the original Marty, but Denobi does have the original Marty, and you have Back to the Future Part 2, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I got it all.
Were there any issues or problems with the old Marty that Hot Toys needed to address? Anywhere issues with the outfit? What I remember from Denobi's videos, I think they addressed them quite well with the any issue they had with the original head sculpt. If there were, they updated them with the Marty McFly Back to Future 2 look. The head sculpt got so much better with that one.
Yeah, I mean,
Imagine if it just crashed on him. I'd feel so terrible.
No, they're module cases.
They're module cases, bro.
Or they came alive. That'd be cool. He's like, somehow he has a spell. He's like a sorcerer.
Yeah, let me know from personal experience that they're right up there surviving nuclear holocaust with the Roaches, the Mark 50, and the Beskar Mandos.
Jesus Christ.
That
Rancor is amazing. I just gotta say that. Is that like is that a 1/6 scale or is that a statue? Like I don't.
That's a statue.
That's a 1/6 scale from Sideshow. Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
So.
Dude. I mean, it looks very lifelike, to be honest. Like it really looks like you have a tiny Michael J.
Like
Fox in your head. You're just like,
ask for coffee.
That's the magic of Hot Toys.
I know.
That's
it's just
the
like
magic.
It's almost creepy. You're like, I have him. I turned him into a little man.
It's like, I want a Pepsi free. Hey, there's no Pepsi free here, brother. You pay 50 cents.
Actually, this hoverboard is not 6 scale.
Oh.
This is not a 6 scale hover. This was something that I got from, I think, QMX that I just happened to use. In fact, if you look down there, the Back to Future Marty is actually holding a 1/6 scale hoverboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was something left over from like a QMX promo or something that I just happened to use because I needed Marty to throw the hoverboard from the train sequence.
Oh, gotcha.
Remember when he's trying to save Doc Brown?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't have any issues with this thing.
Yeah, I never heard any issue.
I never did. There was nothing. I never complained. If anything, the only thing I said is that I felt that they could have gone a little bit closer to Marty. That was it. Yeah, to not Marty, to the actual actor Michael J. Fox. But
yeah.
it's.
I mean, I understand you're not the skipping on this pre-order. Like you have a pretty good, decent version of it. So yeah. I feel like for me personally, I missed out on it. Like I'm hoping they do Back to the Future 2 Marty as well, so I can pick that one up. I hope they change up the Doc's face a bit from that like kind of weird post-coital face that he has. I just don't understand it.
That's just so disappointing. That head sculpt for Doc Brown is just such a misfire. It really is. Oh
my god! I think I sent Nate like just the Iron Studio of the Back to the Future 3.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Of what they have, and Marty's like all right, but Doc looks really good in that. I feel like it captures Doc's boyish charms, I would say, because he's very like when he gets into science or happy, you see him. He's very expressionist, and that's why he's such a great actor and choice for that role.
Wow, that is.
Right? You know what I mean? Wow. That like having if they just had that, right? They just had him look like that. It looked perfect. It's perfect. Like that's the Doc Brown. That's the Doc Brown. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And the Hot Toys missed it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that to me that is Christopher Lloyd right there.
Yeah.
But that other individual is just a generic white dude. That's not
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox.
It really
Yeah.
is. It really is.
No.
It really is. But that's Christopher Lloyd. That's
Christopher Lloyd. Yeah.
That's it. That's what I was
Mhm.
looking at.
Yeah.
It looks so good, and I
yeah,
want to display that. That's the one.
And that's 1/10 scale.
Yep.
So it doesn't have to be 90, 100%. But
No.
on that type of scale for the 1/10, it's perfect. It is 100% perfect. It'll work perfectly for that. But Michael J. Fox, my God, he must be
It had
like
something.
an enigma.
Could have done anything. It looks like they got the Michael J. Fox now and then sculpted it. Like it's not the one from back then. Like
I don't get it. I don't understand why we can't get the actor. And like I said, the part 2 version where he has the hat, that's probably a little bit better than this one. So it did get slightly better, but it's still not there yet. There's always room for improvement.
Yes.
Listen,
I mean, we have 2030. Was it 2023?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The doc.
Yeah.
So there is time. So I really hope that's that. I hope they see it.
Well,
and I hope they talk.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will because it's if they're reusing the Back to the Future 2 head sculpt of Doc Brown, they're gonna do it. They just showed it to us. They did it again. They just gave us a brand new body. I'm not complaining because I don't have a Doc Brown, so I'm gonna get it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but it's like you want. It's like the thing.
But I understand why people are upset with it because it's the same head sculpt. But I understand that Back to the Future is not.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's people out there that feel that Back to the Future is popular, but I'm like, is it marketable though? Is it making the money? It is not. So Hottoys ain't gonna put their 100% on it, which I understand. They're
not gonna. They're gonna put their like C tiers. Like, let's see what you got, kid. Let's put them on them.
C tiers.
Yeah. But you know what upsets me more with this Doc Brown? Like they put so much detail into every accessory that Doc Brown had in Back to the Future 1, but there's no damn revolver. Where is my Magnum revolver they use as the shoot at the Lillian? Where is it?
No. Oh, wait a minute, V. You get 10 points for that catch. I can't believe I missed that.
Yeah, that was made Doc Brown.
I'm surprised. That's something I would have caught. Holy smack!
Yeah. They don't have the revolver.
I'm actually embarrassed that I did not catch that because I would have made a big stink about that. You're right. That's a MacGuffin device that propels the film to the next sequence. That is 100% should have been in the film. I mean, in the actual figure.
What is 38?
Look at this. This is that reflection is bad.
Yeah,
but this is the iconic scene where you have him chased, man.
Yeah,
it's the thing that hangs, and I lost the tack, so I'm gonna step on it. But
let me ask you a question, Nobi. Should they have included his bulletproof vest?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
I said in my video.
You can have the bulletproof vest. You can have the ripped up note.
You get 10 points for that one. I can't
have the ripped up note.
Look at these. Wait a minute.
God.
You guys are trying to upstage me here. What is this? You guys,
this is geeking out, homie.
Well, I'll just say this.
Party, pal.
I'll just say this. That one aspect with me, my military background and stuff, that's one of those things, again, you watch it enough, and like, again, it's one of those things. You don't watch military movies with military or veterans.
Yeah.
So even Local Lou, he's like, oh, I'm grabbing this. He bought a vest. And then I'm like, you didn't buy the right color. It's not the right. And then he's looked at it again. He's like, yeah, you're right. I need to go buy another vest. But that's essential to the plot, especially at the end point when Marty writes the letter. Okay. I mean, that should have been the exclusive version, not the plutonium case, but the letter in the bulletproof vest, because that's why there's a Back to the Future 2, a Back to the Future 3. That letter continues the franchise.
That, I tell you, you know what? That's shoot. Yeah, it needs to have the. I didn't catch that.
So many things. So many little things.
And that bulletproof vest, it's another MacGuffin. It's part of the film. So yes, you should have had the option. But this is what, a year and a half, a year and a quarter. What is this? This is so far away. Things could change because we've seen Hottoys demonstrate their content updates with certain pre-orders. So this can still change. So I will take a leap of faith and hope and assume that they'll add the bulletproof vest and the pistol. That pistol is important. I think so. Yeah.
You know what's hilarious though? I find it hilarious, but then I understand why they are giving us the classic Back to the Future base. with the generic 1/6 scale cross grabber base over here from the classic releases. I think the reason why they did that so they can match the collectors that already have their Back to the Future Marty McFly, and if you don't purchase the original Marty McFly, then you don't purchase the newest one, and you still got the original. You can just purchase the Doc Brown Marty McFly part in Back to the Future
I'll
1
just say this.
and put that together with them.
I'll just say this: the ultimate flex for Hot Toys would be them including actually 2 background displays for this. One that says Twin Pines Mall, and then another one that says Pines Mall.
Yeah.
So you can actually, like the Thanos displays that came. So they give you 2 displays, so you can do one pre-Marty 55 trip, and then one post-Marty 55 trip. And that would also play into the letter and the bulletproof vest and the revolver.
Yeah.
So Nate, what they need to do?
I'd love that. I'd love that they did that.
Yeah. So Howard Chan needs to go down his dungeon, right? Because he has this sculptor that's in chains, right? He has a sculptor that's in chains, and this sculptor, let's call him Mr. Man. This mysterious sculptor. This sculptor is the one responsible for the extreme likeness of Shang-Chi, because those are the actors. I was blown away by those. I mean, and this has to be the exact same sculptor that did that phenomenal Robert Downey Jr. for the Mark V. For the new So they have access to this. I don't know what the contracts are, but I mean, whoever this magical sculptor is, they need to get him to do Michael J. Fox and Doc Brown. I know they have it because the sculptors change with every friggin' pre-order. You go down the roster, sculptor blah blah blah, sculptor blah blah. They outsource it to these different sculptors, which I don't blame them. I mean, you're talented and you can capture the likeness of somebody. You're gonna sell your skills to, highest bidder. Yeah. So I guess the question is, are you willing to pay top dollar for Doc Brown and Marty that may or may not sell very well versus Shang-Chi will versus Robert Downey Jr. will? So I'm getting those figures, by the way. I love the film. I thought the film was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, that after there's no spoilers. I gotta remind everyone in the comments, no spoilers, because people get scared whenever we talk about a new movie.
Yeah,
don't worry, no spoilers.
Yeah, the only complaint about the Hot Toys Shang-Chi is I wish they would have included his sister. That's it. I would have loved to have bought the sister.
The sister was fun.
Yeah, the sister was cool, and her white leather dragon scale outfit. I would have loved to have had her in my collection.
And her chain dragger.
Yeah,
was badass.
Yeah,
especially how she assisted certain people.
Yeah, but not to deviate.
We get an Aquafina Hot Toy though.
I'm gonna be honest. She was tempered enough that I actually didn't notice that was Aquafina. I just thought it was an actress playing the role.
Oh, no. There's only one.
They did a really good job just tempering her.
Yeah.
So there's actually one thing that Hot Toys has to do. They have to do this. They got to give us a Wong Hot Toy. It's been too long. It's been way too long.
They're gonna wait till the Doctor Strange. That's when that happened. They're gonna wait till Doctor Strange.
Well, now that you see Wong, and if you've seen today's What If, you can potentially add another Wong to your collection for that. So
they skipped. I think they gypped us
with multiple display options.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand the ancient one. I get that. There was a lot of controversy, and they kind of want to distance themselves from putting that character out there. But Wong, he's been in too many movies. Doctor Strange, Endgame, Infinite Wars. Now you got him in Shang-Chi. It's not really spoilers. You see him in the trailer. Yeah. And
quick
then
thing, guys.
Spider-Man.
Quick thing, guys. Oh yeah, that's Spider-Man. It's gonna be
in so many.
Pre-order. It's gonna be a pre-order. The one from this episode.
You think you'll be a Toy Fair exclusive? All right, sorry.
But
with the Mark 50.
With the Mark 50, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I wanted to bring this up. Speaking of Iron Man's, because the Nobi, for those of you that wanted to understand, like that the joke he was mentioning about that mysterious head sculptor that's creating these. This is the first appearance of his talents, pretty much, and it was right here. This head sculpt is from that mysterious head sculptor that Hottoys has in their dungeon.
It is
Look at
very
it.
amazing. It really is good.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Like even if he even has the age appropriateness of
Yeah.
him. Like look at the wrinkle of the eyes, like
Yeah.
the bags. Like how insane is that?
Yeah, I mean, because that also works because he was suffering from the palladium poisoning.
Yeah.
So you believe that from that face sculpt. You
Yeah.
believe that. Whoever did this is spot on. This is beautiful.
Yeah. It's probably the best representation of Robert Downey Jr. to date in 1/6 scale. This is
Yeah.
probably king right here.
It's it's better than what was the last Mark? The last one from Endgame? I forget the number of this.
Mark
85.
A5,
Yeah.
Oh, the market, yeah.
Tony Stank.
Yeah, Tony Stank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, baby. 1/6 Abomination. Would love to see it, but
Yeah.
they
Isn't this 2 years out though, Nate? This is like a 2-year out pre-order though, isn't it?
I think it is.
This is so far out there. I didn't. I'm getting it. I didn't pre-order it though, but it's so far out there.
Yeah, summer
Summer.
of next year.
Yeah.
It will be interesting. It will be interesting. I am going to pre-order this one because I definitely love. Wow, why do they have this backwards? That's where usually the standard is here and then the deluxe or whatever. Yeah, I definitely want to get that race suit. It looks so freaking nice because there's a lot of third-party batches already that made this. The race suit. Look at this race suit. I'm going to show you right here.
I mean, I have the original
Kit Bash.
fifth scale. Oh, no,
Yeah,
when it
me
first
too.
came out. It was
I
one of my
think we all
first
have
Hot
it.
Toys I ever owned. Was this one? Well, not this specific one, but the Mark V was.
The Mark V, yeah.
Yeah. So it was really cool. But the thing is, this one's so much cooler. Even
Yeah.
it's not like fully scaled up, but it's just, oh god, it just looks good.
It sure does. Yeah, and the racing suit looks. I mean, I'm assuming it's pleather, but it looks like real leather. That's
It's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be pleather. It's gonna be interesting how to maintain that one because of the. I'm probably gonna
Just coat the whole thing. I've got the
hell out of
custom.
it.
Yeah, I've got the custom race suit. I coated the whole thing.
Yeah, I would do what Don says on this. Just coat. Just you have to take the suit off and just coat it. Just one probably one thin coat. I think will probably hold up. What's the spray? I wouldn't use my grease though. I would use the spray, the 303 on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I have the
Yeah.
synthetic protectant. I've got a little bit left before I have to start hitting my new 303 supply. But yeah, exactly. I just went. I'll just hit everything.
Yeah, I'm guessing maybe a thin. I wouldn't even do like a double coat on this. Maybe like a nice little thin layer on it. But it's.
You
it's
recommend
all-
303 on this one?
I would. I
Okay.
would do like a thin layer on this one. Yeah, just a nice.
Yeah, I
little
mean,
thin
I
layer.
protected my third-party version with the synthetic stuff before it runs out, and I have to switch to the 303. So
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm definitely.
yeah, it's these are great sculpts. You know, the Shang-Chi is great. Can't wait to see what they're putting their top talent next. I believe it's going to be that next top talent you're going to see in this Far From Home. I think they're going to put them on Far From Home because those are going to be big sellers. So
Far From. That's the other thing too. We still have that one coming.
Oh my
out.
god, that Far From Home line. That's why I stayed away from the PS4s. Like I bought my
Yeah.
certain figures,
Yeah,
certain
just-
Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
I'll just say this: you're looking at potentially just 9 different Spider-Man suits,
yeah,
Yeah.
not including Sinister Six or anybody else. Just 9 potential Spider-Man suits
That's insane.
between
Fantastic,
the 3
great.
actors.
Yeah.
it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. That's my,
Yeah.
my wallet will explode, and I will the next stream will be out of a box.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I'll
gonna
make shelter
gonna
after
be-
the shipping
yeah.
boxes.
Yeah, it's going to be mandatory for me on that next Spider-Man film. Majority of those characters, the only one I can probably say no now is the Spider-Man with the Mystic Arts.
The
Oh,
black
yeah.
suit.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that one
That's
yet,
cool.
but I haven't seen the movie to really like it yet. So maybe
That's
it could
I'm
be-
on the same I'm
Yeah.
on the same way, man. I'm
Yeah,
like
and
I haven't
the-
seen it. I haven't seen it in action. I don't know what it does. I'm not in love with it. You could show. I want to see what other ones are because I know there's some other loves that could potentially show up. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, as far as the Sinister Six, it's already been established. We already know who 5 of the 6 are. I'm gonna be honest. And again, this is based on past reports I've read of contract signings of actors to new MCU contracts. I think we may actually see the Rhino. You know, from Amazing Spider-Man 2, The End with Paul Giamatti, he has been reported to have been signed to a new contract specifically for this movie.
That'd be interesting.
The Rhino.
Honestly,
how tall is the Rhino? Is it about the heck? The prototype
It'd be bigger than. I don't know if it's going to be bigger than, but it'd be at the same size as Iron Patriot 2.0.
That'd be interesting. I think honestly, I think the 6th person is going to be the guy who always asking for Parker's rent. But
the weirder thing is though, I don't know if it's flashbacks or alternate. Mysterio is also, like, Jake Gyllenhaal is also listed as appearing in this.
Yeah, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. I mean, see, well, the thing is, it's like he appears in the film. Doesn't mean he's going to be in it. He appears because he's like, there's video footage that they're going over. It's like, Spider-Man is this. Look at this footage that we got. That's terrible J. Jonah Jameson.
And he's right, because even if you show past footage of Mysterio, of Jake Gyllenhaal from the previous film, he still gets an IMDb credit. He still gets paid for his likeness. So whether or not he filmed any new scenes or anything, I don't.
You know what's crazy?
The Crispin Glover clause.
Yeah.
What,
you know what's crazy is, like, we're talking about all these things that are coming out, all these movies, but yet no one's even talking about Internals that will be coming out soon, like very soon.
Oh my god!
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
I mean, I almost feel like Eternals is gonna fall in that spot. Like, you came up between Shang-Chi and Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Like,
could there
Shang-Chi
be
was
any
like the
worse
appetizer.
position for you to fall in?
Yeah, Shang-Chi is the appetizer to Spider-Man. Like, we get this good, fun-loving popcorn at the end of the summer flick. It's great. It's fantastic. It's good. It's fun. You'll enjoy your time there.
Well, I mean, I don't even think Marvel anticipated the word of mouth positivity this film would have, because again, the opening day box office is what is causing Fox, with Disney's approval, to move up Venom 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because they want to jump onto that, positivity.
Yeah.
So that's why Venom 2 is opening up now October 1st.
Yeah, it's coming sooner from Sony. It's a great move on them to get the jump on, because you can make Venom that Halloween kind of movie, because it's dark and gritty but superhero-esque.
And Disney gave the approval on this because of their new shared contract.
Yeah.
Disney has to put up more money with production, but Sony also on the back end gets more with merchandising. So either way, they release this movie early. Both companies are going to be making money hand over fist.
Yeah.
And especially with the Venom from Hottoys being released early, are we going to see a Venom 2 with a symbiote symbol and a Carnage?
Well,
that's what I'm thinking.
All right. So Eternals is going to be released in November, which is basically the time when all the art movies are pretty much put out there. And it makes sense.
Isn't Ghostbusters being released in November too?
Wait, did it get put?
Yeah, but
I know Ghostbusters got moved, and I have to look.
Is it November or the end of October?
Yeah, but Sony just locked in all their movie dates.
November 11th. November 11th.
See, that's an anomaly, because that's a pandemic move, or the P word move.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Yeah, it was for Ghostbusters. So from what I understand, Sony locked in all their film dates. Ghostbusters is lock, stock, and barrel. Shang-Chi proved that people are willing to go back to the theaters if the movie is good. So Ghostbusters is locked in. Spider-Man No Way Home is in November too. So it's going to be a busy Christmas season.
I'm surprised Ghostbusters is coming in November. I don't know why they didn't do I guess no one is going to the movies at Halloween, especially during that kind of time to see people. So
holiday season is probably going to be the best to equalize. And the early screenings of Ghostbusters from CinemaCon, everybody loved it. It was awesome.
I've heard about that.
I mean, yeah, there's that period of where pretty much like between like the mid-October to up to Thanksgiving, where there's like they're pushing out all the movies. So from Thanksgiving to Christmas, nothing gets put out that time until it's almost Christmas time, and there's like, all right, throw it all in there, and you just get a cascade of just all these movies, and then you get the Z tier of movies in January of what it was like.
All right, now let me ask you a question though. Are we gonna see Hot Toys potential old time, Ghostbusters, or is that gonna go to 3A?
I thought Blitzway still holds a license.
Or Blitzwing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Blitzway.
But are we gonna see old times Winston? Are we gonna see old time Ray?
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
I think you're gonna see a beat up Echo 1 coming out, like a new version with like the gunner seat that you can put out and put someone in there.
Hey, Denoni,
Well, you always could do that though, with both versions.
What's your thoughts on a reissue of not reissue, but a reissue 2.0 of the Echo?
Oh, I would if they did a updated version of the Ecto 1 based off of the new film where it's all beat up with the gunner seat. Oh, I'd pick it up in a heartbeat. Yeah. I don't know how to explain this, but the Ecto 1 from Blitzway is the most complex, over-engineered 1/6 scale vehicle I have in my collection, and I've ever personally seen.
I remember that video. That was a great video.
Yep.
I mean, they added microscopic details underneath that you'll never be able to fully enjoy unless you lift the vehicle up. I mean, it's insane. The lighting, the attention to detail. Every few months, I go into the Ecto 1 display and I rotate the wheel so that a flat spot doesn't develop. And I always still discover something that I forgot or I didn't pay attention to the first time. But they put so much love into that vehicle. And I know the biggest complaint was the price point. I go, this is not the '89 Hot Toys Batmobile. This is not the Christopher Nolan Tumbler. I own the Christopher Nolan Tumbler. That was a fake facade shell. The attention to detail inside didn't reflect from the tumbler looked beautiful on the outside. When you got inside and you realized how awkward and so forth, it does not compare. Same thing for the '89 Batmobile. I know everybody loves the '89 Batmobile. It's a facade piece. Does that make sense?
It does, because it's kind of reflective of how a replica '89 vehicles you see, because 89 vehicles, every collector's asked is like, is that real? Is that the real Batmobile? Like, no, it's just a Lincoln with a shell on top of it. And that's what the 89 Batmobile was.
Yeah, it's basically a 1/6 version of a kit car.
Yeah,
exactly. Versus Blitzway, their Ecto 1, if a studio could use this for a production. I mean, if they needed a 1/6 scale vehicle for film, this vehicle would work. Like, we need to destroy a Ecto 1 in this sequence. We need a 1/6 scale vehicle. This vehicle would fit that bill. That's how accurate and that's how detailed that it holds up. I knew it was going to be a Grail, and I jumped on board on that one at the very end because of the price. I was with everybody, and that price point was pretty high. But I knew that if I didn't jump on that, it was, I would never see that.
It's a steep price though. $1,390. That's a big price, but I mean,
and that's our segue for and that's our segue for Jazzy. Where's my 1/6 scale LAAT, or at least the cargo hold for my clones? I would definitely buy that. I have the space, and I would drop the money for an LAAT.
So
do it.
Yeah, but I would, Nate. I mean, if they reissued it to coincide with the film, with the gunner seat and whatever upgrades the film, because I want to say that the Ecto 1 it has a few upgrades. I know it deploys a drone underneath the vehicle and some other stuff. So if Blitzway did it, I would support it. I really would. I would love to. I love them to do it because I think Blitzway puts out pretty good, a really good 6 scale machinists. I think they rival in terms of detail of Hot Toys.
Yeah, this is like the Hulkbuster of the Blitzway collection.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good comparison.
I'll be honest. Yeah. I think Blitzway actually destroys Hot Toys in terms of details if you're going to compare this to the Hulkbuster. Like Denobi was saying, there are so many intricate details to this car that you literally have to be a diehard fan to go in and look at this. to realize the detailing they put into this.
Yeah, you can lift the hood up. I mean, the engine it's fully detailed once you raise that hood. It's insane. It really is. Yeah, anything that is meant to light up lights up. The alarms, the sirens, everything. And I will give Blitzway credit. If it lit up in the film, this product it would light up. Versus the DeLorean, that was one of the complaints. Not everything lights up that's supposed to light up. The dashboard does not light up.
You're crushing future pre-orders right now.
Well, it was. I remember that. In fact, if you look at, I remember when I reviewed the DeLorean back in 2016, that was one of the complaints. Like, oh, they showed the prototype, everything lights up, and then, but people made excuses to avoid it, and then the other excuse was, Nate, that everybody's like, oh, I'm not going to get the Mark One, I'm going to get the hover converter that's being shown off at the NATO Comic Con. Everybody dragged their feet, like, I'm not going to get this. The hover conversion is the better one. I still got comments on some of my videos, like, Denobi, I should have bought this one. I still, on occasion, I should have just got the Mark One, and I waited and I waited.
Yeah. Well, soon. Photo coming soon.
Yeah.
Photo coming soon.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
For those...
and at the time, I mean, this is what, 2015, 16, 2016. The pre-order went in 2015, delivered in 2016. That was a lot. I mean, it's a lot of money now, but I mean, this is right after the country is just recovering out of the recession. This was a lot of money back then.
It is. It was a lot of money because I looked at it, I was like, no.
Yeah, it was $689 back in 2015. If this goes up, we're looking at $720 to $750 minimum Hong Kong price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No tax at the time.
I was looking at how much
tax.
What's tax? I live in New Hampshire.
Yeah. But at the time,
Get out.
Nobody was charging tax through online retailers, so
I was looking at the Echo One, the Blitzway, of like people selling it for on eBay. It's like about $5,000 now. Mm-hmm. It's like insane. I'm like, it makes sense. Yeah, it's worthy of that price of $5,000.
But hey, Denobi, since you're pretty much the DeLorean enthusiast with your collection so far, if Hot Toys does do a reissue of the DeLorean and they would grace us with a 2.0 instead of a reissue but an actual 2.0, what would you say you want Hot Toys to work on the DeLorean to make it a true 2.0?
Oh, the hover converted DeLorean would be the best. Yeah, and I think I talked about this too. The hover converted DeLorean was shown at San Diego Comic Con for 2 years straight. They showed an early prototype version of it, and then the following year they showed an improved version of the hover converted struts. So the first version, I remember, you had to dismantle the wheels the way it was explained to me, and then in the second updated version, the following year, the wheels would retract inside. So they made improvements from the first prototype to the second prototype, and I'm guessing because the sales were dismal for the Mark One, they got spooked and abandoned it.
Or again, and I will play the devil's advocate. What if Mattel flexed and said, "Hey, we actually own the specific licensing to the hover conversion. You can't do this unless you pay us."
No, because if they can make a Back to the Future Marty and a Back to the Future Doc Brown, they would have clearly had the license for the film Back to the Future Part 2. They just were spooked and scared.
Well, apparently, though, the actual hover conversion part itself is a specific separate license.
Really?
That is owned by Mattel in the 12-inch 1/6 scale market.
There's ways around that, though, Don Prime. You can. That's common. That if there's a patent holding on a specific mechanism, most engineers can figure out a minor change or a deviation of a screw, whatever, to get past that. That happens all the time. I'm almost positive that it was the dismal sales of the Mark One. I remember this, guys. The Mark One did not sell. It was discounted on Big White Toy Store.
That's
it
true.
was discounted.
No one had money
with the gift cards.
Yeah, no
with
one
the
had
gift
money
cards.
Yeah,
Because-
I remember they were
Yeah.
offering free shipping, and I thought about picking up a second one, but I was getting beat up with Civil War at the time, 2015, 2016. I was barely trying to keep up with the Captain America Civil War pre-orders that were coming in, and you know, choices have to be made, and I dropped the ball. I could have free shipping, no tax. I mean, Big Bad Toy Store was giving it away, and it sat there for a while. It sat there for quite a while. So, yeah.
So, okay, so RB's asking, hi guys, do you think a Batman 89 reissue is coming? I'll say this much. You out of your damn minds if you want to spend nearly $1,500 to $2,000 on a current 89 resale when Hot Toys is in the market for reissue.
Yeah.
Reissue
How about this?
bidding.
You give me
And
that.
again,
you
I'll
give-
just say this. Keaton, not only is confirmed, there have been pictures of him as Batman from the Flashpoint movie. So if you're speaking about a potential 89 Batmobile reissue, just look at Flashpoint.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll say.
Or how about this? You give me the 1,500, and I'll buy it. I'll buy the reissue and ship you the difference. So you still get it. Yeah,
And it's gonna be just-
It's coming.
Don't worry
The
about it.
89
Don't
is coming.
worry
It
about
might be modified, it might be upgraded,
Yeah,
but one way
I
or
think-
another, we're seeing the 89 again.
yeah.
Everybody's
don't buy
putting
resellers.
everybody's putting this vehicle on this huge Grail status pedestal. It's not that of an impressive vehicle. This vehicle was released and shipped out a year before I jumped in, 2011. I've seen it up close multiple times. It's for looking. It's not for cooking. I'm telling you. I know everybody's putting this thing on the pedestal. It's gonna be. You know what it is? It's like Grievous. You've thrown in such a high pedestal, and Hot Toys will just hit the pre-order, the print button. I mean, this was designed in 2010. This was
It wasn't meant.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be rolling around or any of that stuff. It's just meant to display. It's not like it's not a 1/6 very detailed like the Hot Toys it is now.
No.
Like you saw with the Mark V, the not reissue, but the revisited. I would say it's not one of those. Like I remember it, and I skipped on that. The same thing. I skipped on the same thing, and it was just listen. I get why it's hyped. It's iconic. It's iconic like the DeLorean. It's iconic like the Echo One. It's iconic maybe the 18 van. I think that's cool. But
I was about to say Kit.
Kit,
like,
yeah,
The Sulaco. The Sulaco from Aliens.
Yeah, there you go. You got a bunch of these iconic things, cars, vehicles that's still yet to be replicated today. You know what I mean? Like you don't have modern cars that are as iconic as the ones we just mentioned. So to get those and to know and put those in, people are instantly going to recognize it anywhere you put it. That's that's the Batmobile immediately. That's a Batmobile. Like if you say you put the Snyderverse of the Batmobile down, people are going to be like, what is that? Some kind of weird race car? Like they might get it if you watch the movies, but this non-Batman fans will instantly recognize that's the Batmobile. Because it is the Batmobile.
Yeah.
But you can see those stickers and everything.
Did you see that photo of the
go.
seats that are molded into the vehicle? Nate, did you catch that? I'm telling you, this vehicle looks beautiful from a distance.
Yeah.
You get close to it, it's going to break hearts.
It's a Lincoln with a cover.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
It's a real world kit car.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring the expectations low so that they do reissue it. You didn't. You don't over expect more than what you're getting. And you saw that price. That's 2011 price, by the way. That's when the pre-order late 2010, 2011. Look at that. This is right after the recession right there. Look at what they were asking for. When oil was cheap, when labor was cheap, that's the price that you were able to outsource it to China. If they just hit the print button, just exact same mold, this is probably going to be around $800 to $900.
$1,000.
No.
About
A
that.
US price
because
$1,000.
It's a plastic shell, though, Don. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's not die cast.
It's just a plastic shell with some rubber wheels.
Yeah, and stickers and on the
Yeah,
stickers on
but the
inside.
problem is though, like the materials have exploded in a price that would be needed for this. So to offset any price increase plus inflation,
Yeah.
for Hong Kong price, maybe a couple of bucks above original, but for U.S. price, you're looking at 1,000. Again, based on current market trends in the United States, you're looking at 1,000 for this in the U.S. today.
I mean, all right. So for comparison, I'm gonna link Nate the Jazzy Ink diorama of the Batman Forever kit model. You could, I think you can get a fair assessment of what the cost is, but you're also getting the more detailed version of this, and so might give an idea of where a middle ground might be for this if it was reissued.
I don't think it'll break $900. I think if anything, it'll be it's a plastic shell on wheel. I mean, and then we're using this jazzing. That photo is from the film. That's a stock photo from the film. He doesn't even have the prototype.
Yeah.
Okay.
That right there, that's the 1/1 scale vehicle he's using to advertise his pre-orders. That's not even the prototype. That's what he's using. He's using
interesting.
footage.
Did not know that. I thought that was
You wanna all you have to do is reverse the image, and you'll see that
Wow.
So he's using actual film production stills to build his pre-order.
And again, it completely, Denobi is 1,000% correct, but here's the issue now. Jazzy Inc. actually has a 1/6 scale direct Warner Brothers license. So the photos he's showing was actually given to him by Warner Brothers with the express permission to use this as advertising photos.
Don, that's fine, but what I'm saying is that's not where you're going to get.
Oh, what I'm doing is I'm agreeing with you that you are being shown the promo pics.
I got you. Yeah, but it's not disclosed though. Did you know it? I mean, people think that's what they're going to get. That's the actual vehicle from the film. That's what he's advertising.
It looks like we got another Grievous, boys. We got another Grievous on our hands.
Nate, does anybody not read the description? Does anybody not?
We don't read. We established this.
I've been saying this. You know how many people have?
I feel like an old fart. I feel like this is ridiculous. Like, doesn't anybody catch any of this?
I was meant to lead, not read.
Killing me. You know what? I mean, there's a reason why I curate my collection the way I do. I got something today. I was meaning to do a review. I don't do reviews very often, but look what I got. I got this today.
Picard.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, I got my data last week. I love it.
Yeah. So I'll be doing an unboxing tonight when everybody's asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. No, I've been saying it for a good minute because a lot of people be asking, so which one comes with the so-and-so accessories? And I'm here like, well, if you go to the actual page and click on either Deluxe or regular edition, it tells you right there in freaking highlighted colors sometimes, especially with Sideshow. The exclusive Deluxe edition comes with so-and-so accessories. And then people still pick the wrong figure to buy when the Deluxe is right there, right next to
every time.
It's and it's gonna, and I'll tell you what, it's gonna be devastating because I know he's also doing the Vulture, isn't he?
Yeah.
Wait till Hot Toys releases their Vulture.
I mean, we're still waiting on it. I mean, it's still
bringing that up, right? Yeah. Bringing that up. Fad did ask a question. He's been asking for a minute. I'm going to bring it up now, right here. Are Hot Toys worried about other companies such as Justin taking a bigger slice of the market share for vehicles?
I don't know. I think it's all right. I'm gonna let Don go first. I could see him like the wheels turning. Just you go for it, man.
I'm gonna say potentially yes, because Warner Brothers spoke with Jazzy. Jazzy went through the legal process of submitting his products, and Warner Brothers actually gave him a legit 1/6 scale license. So I don't know if Hot Toys are necessarily worried, but they do actually have to take notice that customizers are producing products that are at the same level or exceeding Hot Toys levels. Major studios are seeing this and they are granting specific licenses which are in direct competition with Hot Toys.
Yeah.
So there is a potential. I don't know if for this one situation there is a direct worry, but Hot Toys needs to take notice because individuals are now being granted specific movie licenses. So
I think another person besides Hot Toys would have an issue with this would be Sideshow because they're full distributor of the Hot Toys brand, so it eats into theirs. So they have their they're trying to get into their own 1/6 scale market, as we've talked numerous times, or maybe a little bit. I don't know, but Jazzy Inc. is really cutting a corner out from the quality and the uniqueness of what they're providing. So I think around the world, there's they've set themselves apart from giving the diorama aspect to the Hot Toys. And their Hot Toys is listening because remember when they did the Comic-Con at home, they had some Mandalorian diorama places. So they're listening to the fan. They're trying to test this out and see what's really fixing here. As I don't know if you guys remember, but they had the one part where they had the Mando goes to the bar or the entranceway where the stormtroopers waiting out there.
I remember that. Yeah.
So so they are listening. They are responding because they're like, all right, this could be another avenue we could go down on. But Jazzy Inc. has beat them to the punch because what goes best with the toys that we have, accessories. So. They've already responded, but they haven't gone full force. But would you guys be interested in more dioramas, or are you just specifically in the market for just the figures themselves?
I would be fine getting the moments, like certain moments, like the Access Way, where either Vader or Luke are going through freaking Dark Troopers. I know too. Like I want to collect. I would if they do these diorama pieces. Hot Toys does it. I would collect for solely the moments. And I think that's what Hot Toys needs to do if they do enter that diorama phase. Just pick the right moments that would sell.
Right, like with Luke and Mando.
Yeah,
like they're trying to recreate that hallway scene.
Yeah. What's your take, Denobi?
As far as what I would prefer from dioramas, or are we done with jazzing?
No, we're done with jazzing.
Okay. I want sets. Everybody's worried about bases and little little. I want sets. I want dioramas. I want to make the figures come alive. This is, I've joked about this. One of the things with Manju cases is that it provides a bigger palette to be more creative, to your imagination. Just you're able to do a little bit more. You're able to, and it just makes it pop out just so much more lifelike versus being restricted to a D-top is what, 12 by 12 or 13 by 13, something like that.
Yeah, 12 by 13 by 14.8 or something like that.
So
yeah,
I get that when it comes to like the D-tops and you'd want like a color photo background, for me, the photos have never done it. I've never played around with, let's add a color photo backdrop to D-top. I would prefer more of the sets and accessories that help accent the character. That makes any sense. Yeah,
exactly. Like I'm in the same boat as you. I have Manju cases, but the problem is, if a company was going to create a 1/6 diorama or an accessory set to go with that diorama, as of now they're not making those dioramas necessarily the Manju cases. They're making them towards like the DTOFs or the IKEA Billies. Basically the budget middle of the range displays. Now, if companies started making Manju case specific dioramas and displays, we're looking at $500 to $700. you know, for a complete set based on what we have in the space that is available with the Maji cases.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a lot of money going into it, but I think that's why they're testing the waters with a few things, to see where we land up. Because you know, Jazz Inc. they only make a limited amount; they don't make a lot, so that's what kind of makes their the things they put out a little bit more enticing. It's like, hey, we're gonna do this, but it's gonna be a limited run, so you either get it or you don't. So this is only for those that really want it. So it gets people talking. I'm like, oh, that looks really cool when you see the pictures here and there, but they're very limited in what they can provide. Sometimes they're very popular stuff. Maybe they're not, but you know their product speaks for themselves. They are of that quality that you pay for, though. So it's not that they're cheap knockoffs.
It's the quality that's the biggest concern with them, though, because when they release a certain batch of a said vehicle or whatnot, and problems arise, then he goes back and he makes improvements, and then new issues come up, and then so you can have version 1, 2, and 3 of a said product, which then lets the first backers shortchanged. Mm-hmm. So I've noticed it. Nobody ever really talks about that, though. But to be a first backer on a product from this particular establishment is extremely risky. I would probably, if anything, learning from my own experience with the Justice Mobile and the fourth version. I have the first version of the Justice Mobile. He's third? He's made so many improvements on the Justice Mobile that great. If you're jumping in now, you can benefit from the luxury.
The test runs.
Yeah, the test runs of the first early batchers that took the bullet, so that the next generation gets to benefit. So I would assume logic would dictate that this is probably going to happen to the Batmobile here, this Ultimate Edition. I would not want to be the first batchers of this thing.
Right. I mean, I think that goes back to like even Hottoys when they first came out. Like, you know, you could look back at their, like, you know, what was it, like their Ghost Rider and stuff. Like, wasn't really the best quality there. It's a process. It's you know, they're ramping up. And it sucks that, you know, the first people that buy in are going to get a lousier copy of what people get in the fourth version. It kind of leaves you on a sour note, because it's like, all right, next time this comes around, I am not gonna jump in. I'm not gonna be first in line here, because what if you're just gonna keep repeating this process of being like the last line gets the best version? Why would I jump in? But I just hope it funds his company. So that's the thing. Like, I hope he gets more funding. I mean, from all these new different venues of dioramas, so he can get more quality out the first time around than the second time or third time, or as you said, the fourth time. It's terrible.
Yeah, but my only concern with Jazz Inc. is that the pricing, and then you compare it with Hottoys, I'm like, I'd rather move my funding towards. Now, if there's a vehicle like I desperately like, if Jazz Inc. does the 1/6 scale Republic gunship, then I will put that money in. I'll be one of the first back. I don't care. I want that Republic gunship. I got so many clone troopers coming in, but overall, like I because of the pricing for most of these figures these vehicles that Jazz Inc. does have up available for pre-orders and stuff, I'm going to stick with Hottoys, because I know the money I'm getting.
You're getting the guarantee, man.
Yeah,
the guarantee.
Yeah, it's a little bit too risky. And if you ever decide to make a Republic gunship, just don't be on that first batch. You're probably going to want to be on the third or fourth generation.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because the wings the bubble pod may be fogged or something. I don't know. Or like that first batch of the Iron Scavenger. Are those wings going to hold up? You can see it in the videos. That it needs all this support, but you don't know until it starts to ship to the other side of the world to the first victims. I'm sorry, the first backers that have to experience it, and then once the issues come out, then he'll make more improvements on it, and he'll improve on the Iron Scavenger in version 2 and 3, and then.
I mean, and the thing is, he'll have a manufacturing line to make sure each one is replicated in the last one, because it seems like he's going out and painting everyone individually. I think people are pointing out here that the paint lines are not perfect, or certain things are spilled over, is because he's doing them like the old school way of just getting them lined up and trying to do the best he can for each one till from dusk till dawn. So I don't know.
I'm with Nate. I'm with
Yeah.
Nate. There's better 1/6 scale vehicles right now on pre-order. I think would provide better value. I mean, especially in the Star Wars. I mean, the speeder bikes, the Anakin on the Stap.
Yeah.
There's just so much. The possibility of the DeLorean being reissued. If you're a big Back to the Future fan, it's just weird times right now. And this is Hottoys. This is the company that's has an already established proven record. They don't do version 2 and 3 improvements. This is it. This is what they do. And if you don't like it, you can return it back to Sideshow, like I did with my Grievous.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Hey, that's why I always mention, like, I know people like to complain the delays and when is this figure coming out, but I appreciate the delays now from Hottoys a lot more since what happened with Grievous.
I do too.
Because then you put that in your picture in your head. Hottoys, when they put out that product, they want to put out the best product they can provide for us with all the skills and experiences they have accumulated over the years to give us that product. And I appreciate delays because they want to put out the best product they can. Other than Grievous, what they did with that disaster, that mistake, and they try to pull a fast one at us with Hot Toy money. I'm like, spending Hot Toy money on a General Grievous and doesn't even can't even stand. You get the figure, can't even stand. What was the point of all this?
Yeah,
it's terrible. It is terrible. I think you said, like, to your point, is that the money that goes into it is a huge factor to all of this, to everything that you put in. Like, Jazzy Inc. is a huge buy-in for a subpar product that you're going to get. I just like the part that the avenue is that Jazz Inc. is listening to fans, though, to what they would like. It's like, hey, would you like this? Would you like that? So it's almost like curating. Even though it's not the best, it's not the most perfect thing, and it's a lot of money. I do like they're trying to answer what fans want and missing from other things. Like, it's like, hey, I know you got these Batman toys. I know you got these Star Wars toys. Would you want this? Would you want a speeder? Would you want a 66 Batmobile? And people are like, yeah, this would be good. It's like, all right, go for it.
I'm just what I'm trying to preach, right? And what I'm trying to is still with the to the collector community. Just tread carefully and cautious with this company, license or not. We don't know if Warner Brothers is throwing these licenses at anybody that blinks at them. But when you see something that's on pre-order asking for, was it $1,400 for the
14?
Yeah, of course. And
you realize that the images that you're seeing is essentially stock footage, which you can Google, right?
Yeah.
Look, you can Google. This is stock footage, right, of the Batmobile, right? And you think that's what you're going to get, right? This is stock footage. Look, it says it right here. I'm going to click on it. Star Cars Wiki, right? Look. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see here.
No, it's almost there.
Look, can you see it? Look at that.
Yeah.
This is stock footage. So you're using this to build your pre-orders, and customers or collectors, they think that's what they're going to get. No.
I mean, yeah, it is a snake oil tactic. I 100% agree with you with that.
It's 100% snake oil tactic.
Yeah.
Just be careful.
Yeah, that's very interesting because everyone talks great about Jazz Inc. As far as like the opportunity to get certain vehicles or figures that Hot Toys hasn't made yet. But then you look at the prices and then I'm like,
Not the best.
it's
Yeah.
pulling your teeth a bit.
So I'll play devil's advocate, Nate. Like to. The description does say prototype. He's using the word prototype, but that's not the prototype, though. That's a stock image of the still that was. You know what? That image of the Batmobile was probably sent to toy manufacturers because Mattel, I think, had the toy license, and they probably may have used that to build the toys. Because I remember I bought the Batmobile, the Batman Forever action figures. I was still collecting back then. I bought all that stuff. And so that was probably promotional still that was used by the toy companies back then to help promote the product. Because this film came out, what, Don? This is what, like 95, 96? This is like
about that. Yeah. So, like,
yeah.
I'm going to exactly agree with you because what that picture is, that's the basic promotional setup photo for the Batmobile for that time. So they would send that to PR firms. They would send that to toy companies. They would send that to Entertainment Tonight, Variety.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you're saying, that is the general press release picture of the Batmobile for 95.
Mm-hmm.
So you are 1,000% correct in my opinion. Yeah, this is just the general PR release photo of the Batmobile.
It's a fun movie. I mean, this is the film after Tim Burton that solidified. Because I know they made a killing. The merchandise on this film had a great soundtrack, or a single, not a soundtrack. The
Seal,
single
Kiss
was
from
like,
Rose.
that seal was
baby.
Was,
I still bang that one out.
Yeah, I bought that signal. I mean, I bought that on cassette. I listened to that. It was in a tape deck in a car, in my Civic, and so that film was it was huge. It was huge, and then we got to Batman and Robin, and then it was derailed. And Joel Schumacher is still apologizing to this day. So,
he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. I'm sorry, but he was.
Well, he did before he died.
Yes, he was still.
Honestly,
anytime he did a press con or any public, he always apologized for that film. He always
looking back now, I can actually appreciate Batman and Robin. It's like there's aspects about it that it's like, all right,
but this is also the Happy Meal. This is also the Happy Meal issue where they're trying to make Batman more
marketable, more merchandise.
Exactly. So then they're doing the Happy Meal toys. Then they're doing all the action figures, all the vehicles, and again, that's kind of the reason why Tim Burton left, because he didn't want to make a Happy Meal Batman. No, he wanted to make his own Batman.
They kind of fired him, more or less.
Yeah. Oh, quick thing, guys. Just want to remind you all that. Remind you all. It was supposed to be just letting you all know that we are not, attacking Jazz Inc. or anything. It's just that we want to make sure everyone just do your reading, do your research before you make your pre-orders. Okay, it's the same thing that happened with General Grievous. You don't want to have another General Grievous in your hands. Jazz Inc. From most of I've seen from videos and also with Denobi's reviews and stuff like that. Like the product is there, and with time, it'll probably be more perfected. But remember, you are putting these prices down the way they are for these vehicles and these figures, and you got to remember. If you're paying that much, sometimes it's not Hot Toys quality. So just keep in mind that, because some collectors, when we come out of collecting Hot Toys, we're like, okay, so the pricing there is similar to Hot Toys, it must be similar quality. That's not the case.
No, single guy working with a couple of people doing this. I think one of the employees is the guy's father.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a father and son operation.
Yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with that. Just know what you're getting into.
Yes, that's pretty much it. Just know what you're getting into. It's a big purchase, and I don't know. I have my Storm Tracker 3000. I still have a few Marvel pre-orders. I see better value in other directions. Plus, we still don't even know what the Flashpoint is. We don't know what Hottoys is going to do. I would exercise caution with certain IPs that they're doing. We don't know what. I mean, we're living in an era where we got Cyborg. Think about that, right? We never would have thought. Things are different now. If Hottoys wants to flex their muscles and decide to make the Justice Mobile or whatever, or the Vulture, they most certainly can as a fan service. I'm telling you, that Cyborg is a fan service. It's like, it was meant to the collectors, like, can you guys please stop bitching? Look, we're going to make the damn thing. We're not only going to make it, but we're going to give you the best representation of Ray Fisher, the best head sculpt, all these accessories, and then some. I mean, so things are different now. It's just things are very, very different.
Dude, it goes with every product that you ever purchase in your entire life.
Yeah.
It's like you don't go into a car show and you just pick one. It's like, that's the one, let's do it. You do your vetting process, right? The only thing I'm saying, I just appreciate Jazz curating to the fans. I love that. And it's a mom and pop shop, and I know their products aren't the best, but it's fans for fans. And I can't hate that. I can't hate that.
Yeah, exactly. We're not crashing on Jazz or anything like that. It's a fan who has made his own stuff. Yeah. So just take that into account and when you're placing an order.
What's that? Hey, extra.
That's the Sideshow way right there.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the Sideshow way. You're paying now, and then they'll send your replacement parts when they're built 6 to 8 weeks later.
It's like, hey, we didn't really. It's like, this is what our whole intentions was the whole time. Don't worry.
or the person who was supposed to be doing QC at the factory was on crack, and they literally fell asleep at the wheel. And did you Denobi? It just we spin you right round, baby, right round. The arms are did they put in a secret, Grievous
Honestly,
spinning blade motion?
It must have been some dude that just comes like, hey, Grievous is like, it just doesn't even respond.
Okay. Hey guys, Boz is telling me to go to work. All right, guys. Denobi, good to have you. Take it easy, man.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate coming around.
Thanks, bro.
I love your stuff. I love your displays.
Hey, I'll see you at New York Comic Con, brother.
Oh, that's right. I'll be there.
That's right. Yeah, Denobi, talk with Don Prime. Don Prime, you got to make an Instagram account.
Yeah. I'm being forced to. I will.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll just say this. Yep. Denobi, I'll just say this. When I go to get Shatner's autograph, I will be in a cosplay Mako uniform.
Nice, dude.
Shatner's still alive.
Shatner's not only alive, he is pimping every day he's still alive.
Hell yeah, homie.
Yeah. I gotta go. Pleasure.
Later,
Denobi.
Peace, man.
That was some good talking, Denobi. But hey, guys, Moz is correct. He couldn't be here tonight, but don't worry, we'll see about having him Sunday. We're actually going to try and have Lou on Sunday and Chris as well. We were planning to have them. If I was not working tonight, we probably have everybody on this stream. But tonight, I gotta go to work. So actually, we're past 2:43. I gotta now get dressed up.
Oh man, you're gonna get late,
dude. We were gonna you before we started. You were like, yeah, we go 2:15, and I gotta leave, and we're like the SpongeBob 45 minutes later.
Yeah. So. Well, the thing is, we didn't have Penny remind me that hey, Nate, you gotta go to work. But actually, tonight is overtime night, so I understand Penny did not hit us up with that. But
and I'll just say this real quick. Penny, thank you for telling me about the badges. I got a Saturday badge. I'll be at New York Comic Con. I'll be in New York City Wednesday through Sunday now. So if anyone wants to say hi, I know we've got some other people. We'll talk about that later, but Nate got to go to work.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, those of you who are still on and still stayed with us, thank you for watching. We stayed at, solid between 80 and 90. Please leave a like before you head out. And also for those who are watching after the stream, thanks for watching. Please leave a like as well. Leave your comments down below about your your desired reissue. Hell, not even desired reissue. Are you looking forward to possibly a DeLorean reissue? Let me know in the comments if you made it this far. And everyone, Don, Lee, thank you for
course, man.
doing this again. It was a lot of fun, as always.
Yeah, man. Have a good one.
All right,
Great
exactly.
talking. Yeah.
Everyone,
And
be
See you
well.
on the next one.
Be
And
well.
remember, guys, we're just Simple Clear trying to make our way in this galaxy. And may the weather be with you.
Always.
And is with you.
Always. May the weather be with you. May the force be with you.
Always.
And I'll
Yeah,
with you.
remember, guys, next one is going to be Sunday, 6 p.m. going to 8 p.m.-ish. I work Sundays. Later, guys.